What's up, everybody? What is up? Welcome to Planet Xbox episode 18. We are it's been a hectic week, and I just noticed something I want to fix. Boom. Okay, cool. So I am your host, the Best Spot Kid Smooth. I appreciate you guys all joining today. I'm trying to get like Black Bond in here, but I know he's trying to charge me an Xbox to get in this podcast, and then I was trying to get Neo in here, Neo GameSpark, who's been dropping some dope content recently. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Neo GameSpark.
Yeah, I checked them out.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get him on the podcast fairly soon. Me and him typically have run-ins on like Twitter and shit because Neo GameSpark.
Neo GameSpark, yeah.
Yeah, but he's
come at me a couple times too.
I've been enjoying his content recently, and Black Bond. I've been doing some thinking, and Black Bond, I would love to have you on the show because it's good for business, but we gotta talk. But anyways,
you gonna pay this man to come on your show?
I'm not saying I'm not gonna pay him. I don't need to pay Bond on the show. Bond wants to be on the show, so paying him is not the thing. But
I don't know. An Xbox Series X feels low key like
the Series X. Who says the Series X? He can get Xbox One X.
I have a feeling he's not looking to get.
So you got about 3 of them, right, Smooth?
No, I'm down to 1.
Oh shit!
I didn't keep all those consoles, dude. Like I think I bought them out of like hype, and then I was like, all right, I really don't need them.
Same when you did the PS4.
A day sooner than the other.
So irresponsible, impulsive spending there.
I mean, he did the same with the PlayStation.
I did, yeah. I mean, PlayStation's already owned, and I've already owned like 4 Switches.
I mean, I can't say anything because we have like 3 Switches in my household. I got one, my brother has one, and my sister has one.
I got a Switch for a PS4.
Every platform that I own right now is literally my first one. Like I haven't bought.
Yeah. See, because the thing is, I'm a sucker for custom consoles and whatnot. And Xbox dropped a lot earlier in the generation. PlayStation dropped multiple ones. Like PlayStation for the first time had like some of my favorite custom ones. I like my favorite console is the Batman Silver and the Dark Vader one.
Hell no, that's only.
I don't know. In person, it was dope, especially the controller. Like, if you're looking at a JPEG of it, it's ugly. But in person, like, I was like, hold on. Let me see how do I potentially have Neo?
You got
Bond.
I know I got Bond in there, but I'm looking at my Twitter.
I want to hear what Neo got to say about All Access because
what's up?
I'm here.
What's good, man?
How you doing, Black Bond?
What's up, Bond?
Good. Might be a real special episode of Weapon Wheel this Sunday.
Why is that?
Who's gonna be on there? Hip Hop Gamer?
No, the best guest ever. The best guest ever.
OBJ.
Nope.
No, Mama, hey, boy.
It's not a person. It's an object.
I
The pool.
want to know.
The pool.
He's gonna be streaming from.
Oh hell! No. You're gonna go in there. You're gonna go in those COVID-filled waters.
Bitch, I got my own pool.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm thinking about community pools. This is what happens when you live in an apartment for forever. Like,
Community pool.
No community pools for me.
Bon, let's see. I mean, the first topic we're going to talk about is The Last of Us, but I just want to ask you about this. You sent a message because you're not back on Twitter yet, are you?
No, I'll probably have to create a new one.
Okay. What did you tell? What is this proposal? Because Jack Move hit me up and said I had to let you know by next week?
This Sunday.
And what is it? Just if I got what 4 days? What is it that you?
I'll give you a year's worth of time on this podcast for an Xbox One X.
And when do you need to receive the Xbox One X?
not like a year from now. Like within a reasonable time.
Yo, 1X or Series X?
No, 1X.
One
What?
X.
I said 1X.
The $200 one.
Okay.
And no BG versions either. They got to be working.
Yeah. Yo, let's do intros though.
Yeah, let's do intros. Let's start off with the organizer, Coke Boy J.
Yo, what's good, guys? Coke Boy J here. You know, we having a good week. I just built my new PC. About to get rid of my old laptop that I've gamed on with the 1060 and that shit. So, huge upgrade there. Went from a i7 7700 HQ to a Ryzen 9 3900X and 2070 Super. So, been doing some pretty good gaming on 1440p.
How much you selling the laptop for?
Shit, you gotta hit me up, bro. I'll let you know. I'm just gonna finish up some benchmarks on that and then compare it to this system. Probably gonna have a 20-minute video talking about the experience going from a quad core to a 12 core and going from 1080p to 1440p. So probably have a comprehensive video on that. Been playing The Last of Us 2. It's been amazing. Hopefully we have a pretty good conversation about that. We're not gonna be talking about too many spoilers, but yeah, that's pretty much all.
Croy.
What the hell?
Yeah, what's good, everybody? This your boy. How's everybody doing? It's good to have Black Bond doing. It's good to have Gaming Addict here. Let's get it.
Chris Righteous.
Yo, what's up? Good to be back. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the panel and the guests that are here today. It's been a pretty good week. Been playing The Last of Us 2 nonstop this whole week. It's great. I love it. And we got a lot of topics to discuss, man. And we got a lot of Xbox topics because I know people were complaining the past couple of weeks that we've been talking nothing but PlayStation, but that was all that's been on the news for the past couple of weeks. But we got some Xbox stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and Nick Banks, man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. What's going on, y'all? What's up to the chat? What's up to everybody on the panel? Black Bond, Gaming Addict, you know, he always here. But yeah, I want to talk about these topics. Shout out to Halo. We got some Halo news, so can't wait to dig into that.
Bow, bow, bow.
And our potential newest member pending an Xbox One X purchase.
Black Bomb.
I'm sorry, say that again.
And I said our potential newest member pending an Xbox One X purchase.
You don't need to purchase one. I know you got like 6 in the closet.
I got rid of them, but I can get one so fairly easily.
Yeah,
so I'm not even worried about it.
He's gonna hit up Aaron Greenberg.
No, he got all the points. He got the Microsoft points. Shit.
Yeah, that too. Sure.
All you gotta do, kid, is just give him yours.
Oh yeah, because I'm good. We're good. But yeah, how you doing, Bond? What have you been up to?
Just chilling, man. Not what else can we do? I mean, not like everybody going out or going to the beach or anything.
You know what, Vaughn? I respect the hustle, man. I've been on this man's podcast for going on, like, obviously this time I haven't been consistent with this one. Because technically there's been 3 whole sets of panels for Planet Xbox. And this man ain't never bought me an Xbox One X.
Damn.
You probably never asked for it.
Bond, you ever encountered any Karens or any fat bitches this week?
I don't really go anywhere.
Alright, just making sure, man. I want to make sure you're safe out there.
He encounters her on Tinder.
Oh man.
Speaking of which, I was thinking about that because I did a comment on Angry Joe. Are you guys familiar with that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna talk about that.
And hold on, listen to this. People are telling me if somebody denies you, it's harassment. So I was like, so wait, I gotta file like a couple hundred harassment claims against fat bitches I turned down?
Wait. See, that's a double standard right there because female could turn down guys all the time. We gotta take it like a man. But when you turn on a female, it's a whole hassle. Like they get rude, they might slap you, they might catch an attitude with you because you turned them down.
I mean, I've never had any of this happen, but like I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't know. Take it on the chin.
A harassment claim for turning down a female? That makes no sense. Yo, what's up, Blessbird?
You know what's crazier though? And here's the real double standard. Remember what Ninja said about streaming with female streamers?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because it can look bad and unfortunate side things can happen, and I don't want to put myself or my wife in that situation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And how many women came at his throat for, oh, he's sexy. Now look at Angry Joe. You know, you try to do something nice, a girl flirts on you, hits on you, you try to get her notoriety, try to introduce her to people, and look what happens. This is why
but you read the jump, right? You read the jump, right?
Yeah.
All
But
right.
he didn't do anything to her. Let's just say everything that happened was true. He didn't try to fuck her. He didn't try to force himself on her. At worst,
He
all
didn't
he
grope
did
her,
was...
did he?
Yeah,
He didn't grope her either.
No, at worst, all he did was
Hold up.
act as a creep, and that's not a crime.
It's even worse, Black Bond. We talk about Angry Joe.
Yeah.
He took her to expensive restaurants with his partners and shit, introduced her to people in the industry that can actually do stuff for her, paid for her meal, and then she made that claim pretty much because he asked her because she didn't want to sit in the Uber, whatever the means of transportation was, while he took a shower. So she sat in his apartment or whatever, the hotel, while he took a shower. And then he was like, I never asked this woman to have sex. That didn't even come across. It's like,
but you're overlooking all the other things that were said, kind of like him pushing the phone away numerous times.
That's her. That's the thing is,
that's bullshit. You know why? Because at those events, like it said, you check your phone and your purses because they don't want people checking.
Yeah.
Well,
and not to mention, she had a bunch of photos on Twitter.
Not to mention that the Angry Joe brought that up. She's already retracted her statement.
She retracted.
Everything she says conjecture. Yeah, everything she says conjecture.
Look, I'm not saying that none of these chicks are getting harassed, but I'm saying that people are taking just innocent flirting and saying it's harassment.
Sexual.
And it's making it worse on the people that got sexually harassed by Say No to Rage. It's making it worse on women like that actually did get sexually harassed and stuff like that, because they're actually getting harassed and they have to deal with people that, he did this, he did that. It's like, so if he took your phone away from you, how was you taking pictures? You make no sense. You're contradicting everything you say, and it's like, and what's funny is how Angry Joe pulled up on her.
Yep.
He was like, look, my lawyer gonna hit you with that cease and desist. You're gonna get rid of that article.
Exactly. He handled it pretty well. Another thing, you guys seen the link we posted in the chat? Actually, Nick Banks posted from the Polygon article about the Twitch blackout. A lot of these people are talking about they're not pleased with what Twitch is doing. People have to understand, you can't just shut somebody down because of allegations. There has to be substantial proof before you make a decision about it.
The problem with cancel culture, especially with sexual harassment and stuff, the Me Too movement, is embodying the Me Too moment, because all that really is we believe you, it doesn't matter what you say. It's the problem with that mentality is you're shifting all of the power to one side and you're not trying to be in the middle.
Exactly.
So
that's why
that could potentially have their whole lives ruined.
Exactly.
That some of them didn't even do anything. But, people don't look at the apology statements, the statements retracting the statement. They just look at the allegations itself.
Yeah, for the cases that do ruin some shit, I'm definitely there with you. But then I also have, shit that happened with me personally that kind of, puts me in those in that area. So it's I just avoid talking about it altogether. For real. So.
Well, this is a podcast. It ain't really about social stuff, so we can move on.
Or your personal stuff.
But, my final thing in that is Ninja was right. As much as people don't like him, Ninja was right. Second of all, if everything this woman accused Joe of is true, it's not a crime to be an asshole and a jerk. I'm for real.
No, it's true.
If everything she said happened and was for real, okay, Joe was an asshole and a jerk.
Yeah.
And what's funny is there might be some men that are assholes and reject women in some crazy ass ways. But I guarantee Yeah, if you flip that script, there's way more bitches being way more
Exactly.
devious
God,
than it
yeah.
ever
There's
was.
there's way more women that are snarky, rude, and fucking all sorts of
Yeah.
shit. You know
But
what I mean? But we
you
don't
know who
complain.
else?
You
You
don't
know
hear
who
us
else is
complain
really
about it.
Bond? You know who else is really good about this? The Vice President Mike Pence. He has his own rule. He says he would never eat alone with a woman other than his wife at all. Nothing. He would
That's
never
how it
be in the
should be.
same room with a woman alone. None of that because he understands what happens in those
And
situations.
people like to attack Ninja for that statement that Bond was saying earlier, but notice Ninja ain't being allegations because he already jumped this line. Like,
Yo, fucking Ninja, that dude, man, he got the
smart.
biggest payout, dog. Like, he got the biggest
he's a
payout, and
businessman.
he don't even have to fulfill his contract. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But do you guys want to segue into that, into the mixer situation?
Yeah, I guess so. The mixer, yeah, it's up to Smooth. I guess so. So yeah, the mixer situation. I mean, I like Mixer. I think the quality and the whole the stream quality and the delay was really good. Was better than Twitch. But I just knew that it wasn't gonna take off because it got here. When did Mixer first start? 2017?
Mixer was derived from Beam. So Beam was like around 2017 and 2016. Then they rebranded it to Mixer in 2018.
Right. So and Twitch and YouTube they were already established as the biggest
Twitch used
sites.
to be Justin.tv. I think it was back in 2011 or 2012. They rebranded to Twitch.
Right, but 2017, Twitch was still the biggest streaming platform.
Yeah,
right?
They've been the biggest streaming platform for the longest, pretty much a decade.
And that's the problem with what Microsoft is. They'll come out with a product that's pretty good, but the thing is they'll try to jump into a market that's already established by other like Twitch or YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, shit has already been
years
dominated.
later, right? They did the same thing with Zune, right? Which Zune, in my personal opinion, was better than the iPod, but since the iPod was already established and was the biggest thing ever at the time as far as MP3 player, they had to shut down Zoom. They did the same thing with the Windows Phone with Nokia. Like the only thing that Microsoft has kept is obviously the Windows OS, like Windows operating system, the Xbox name brand in the console, and the Surface tablet. I think it's doing doing really well. But everything else, they usually whatever they don't innovate on, they'll take an idea from somewhere else, but then they'll jump into the game years later when something has already been established and it won't be taken over. Plus, Mixer's been having a lot of problems, you know what I mean, internally, like the work conditions, managers freaking treating their employees like crap. They had allegations of racism, a couple of days ago. So, you know what I mean? I told Smooth, I was like, "Yo, Smooth, Mixer ain't gonna pop for that long."
Microsoft between Zoom, Mixer, Skype,
Windows Phone,
shit, Xbox. The only thing I
have isn't Windows Phone still out here though?
No,
it's discontinued. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
The only thing they haven't failed in, I do like their Surface Pros. I can't lie. And Windows. Everything else they're going into is get your jet.
They have a really good cloud infrastructure as well. Their cloud infrastructure rivals Amazon.
They make so much money off the shit that they do successful with that it can always absorb all these blows that the whack ass shit they be trying to do.
Bro, they gave Ninja $35 million. They could have made a whole new game with her.
Is that confirmed? Or it's still a rumor?
I think it was 30.
Oh,
one at a time.
Shroud, 10. So.
Tens of millions of dollars are paid out to multiple streamers.
And what was that? That was
not multiple streamers.
He didn't even have to fulfill his contract, so he can't.
Yeah, he got bought out.
He's guaranteed that money. He's a free agent now.
Cause I think blue-haired guy and whatever, they got offered double the shit to go over to Facebook Gaming, and they just they turned it down. I think it was him and Shroud turned down the double. So
yeah, it's because the guarantees that Microsoft gave them in terms of opportunities, in terms of marketing themselves outside of Mixer, but it never really panned out, and that was the biggest thing. The investment on those streamers and thinking that those audiences were going to come over to Mixer, it wasn't going to happen. Content creators weren't flocking to Mixer. The discovery wasn't there for new streamers and games. They just didn't have a big enough platform. And you guys seen the chart that I made in the document, like the market share, they barely climbed. They went from 1% to 3%, but Twitch and YouTube gaming are the two biggest platforms. And for people who think that they're gonna automatically go back to Twitch, I think it's questionable, because YouTube gaming has been offering some really good contracts as well. So you never know. YouTube gaming's in the picture as well in terms of offering them some pretty good money.
Yeah, just to them too.
Question about Mixer though.
Get posted today that his first.
Who's responsible?
Hold on. Let me ask. He's asking this question. Like,
I can't even really. Let me turn my shit.
Attic, you have to turn yourself up.
Gathalion today posted that he had like crazy numbers. He gained like 10,000 followers on Facebook Gaming, and like people he's never even seen.
Yeah, because Facebook's discovery is way better than Mixer. Because it's easy to market yourself on Facebook, because they advertise those streams on your timeline as well. So like if you're somebody that's active for a certain game, like if you're searching for like Destiny or some shit, because he does Destiny and other games, right? If I'm active on searching Destiny, what Facebook's algorithm is gonna do is put Destiny content on my timeline, and whatever other content's gonna be there as well. Facebook's discovery for finding streamers is easier than Mixer.
Yeah, I mean, it better be all that damn spying they doing. So
yeah, all that mining they're doing. Facebook is a better platform than Mixer standalone, and they actually have that support. So that's the biggest thing. Like if you go on Facebook.com, like the gaming section is right there to the left, or you might see some random person streaming on your timeline.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who's running Mixer though? Who's responsible for that shit?
I don't know. You have to actually
you know what I'm
do some research on that.
Who, with the budget and everything, like
I don't know, man.
There's somebody independent from Xbox, and it was his own division.
No, they said when they closed it down, like I read somewhere that like some of the people are like some of the employees who were managing and working there were shifted or like absorbed into the Xbox division. So I mean, shit, a lot of people ain't really losing out.
I heard Mixer was actually sold. Is that true?
I think, if you want my opinion, I think that that PR is trying to make it look nice, but in all sense, that really happened is they sold the rights to probably Mixer, or they just evaporated it, and now they're leasing the technology to Facebook Gaming. I think they're trying to make it seem like, a partnership, when all sense they're like, we took a huge L, we're going to lease this out and get some of that money back for the next 10 years.
Yeah, big facts. I believe that.
I mean, yeah, it sucks that Mixer's done it, and it's like one of those when stuff like this happens, you do think about Zune, you do think about Groove Music, you think about you think about all this stuff like Microsoft,
all the PC centric studios they closed.
So many companies have had just kind of like misventures and everything like that. Like they've tried things, and I mean, so they probably last like 3-5 years, and then they just like toss them out the window because they weren't doing what they expected them to do.
The thing is, like Microsoft doesn't have like. Here's the thing, with Mixer, you had to go to Mixer. Facebook, everybody's already on Facebook. Like Twitter can probably come up with like a streaming service and be lit 24 hours later because they already have like a billion people on it, and so
they would ban all their platform users in a day.
See, it's just like, I mean, the shit. A lot of people when I read shit, a lot of people's accounts on like shifting over, like once Mixer ended, was shifting over to Facebook Gaming. A lot of people who didn't have Facebook, they just don't want to support Facebook, and it's like you said, like the data mining, the spying, or whatever the fuck, like they just don't trust it. So it has like its history there, like in a lot of people's lives, but then also just current shit like a lot of people ain't fucking with, and so a lot of people have just moved away from Facebook. So
they ain't the only ones data mining.
Yeah. I'm here. Like you know how it is.
Shit, you got Twitter, Twitch.
So as far as Facebook gaming, streaming and stuff like that, I still don't think that. I mean, I think it's going to do a lot. It's definitely going to do way better than Mixer because there's so many people on.
Well, it's
on
already
Facebook.
doing better than
Yeah,
Mixer.
yeah. So they got
like,
Yeah, it's
history.
already
So
doing
it has
better,
a history
right?
in the
Exactly.
culture now.
But I still don't see it like overtaking Twitch and YouTube when it comes
It
to.
will never. It will never.
game-
do.
No, it won't do that. But the thing is, it was more beneficial for people. Like, for example, I tried out Facebook Game, and I was getting views. It's just that my reason why I didn't go hard for Facebook is because I didn't trust Facebook. Because at the time I was about to go hard with it. Because remember, when I went to like E3 and PAX, I was talking to people about partnerships.
You was trying extra.
Yeah,
extra
man,
hard.
yeah, and I have contacts for Facebook Gaming, but the problem is, at that time, that same week, all the shit about like Facebook was coming out, and then I started leaving the platform alone completely. Don't even I don't update, I don't upload no more pictures or anything. So that's what kept me away from Facebook. But in terms of like growth, anybody who streams on Facebook, they will grow easily, whether it be on like people just researching or looking or the discovery, or for the simple fact right now, if I log on Facebook, I have over 1,500 friends where my stream would be available to just off the bat, right? Just off rip. It's just, and I don't even have to really advertise to get people looking at a stream. If I can literally just rely on my friends or on people I connected with on Facebook, just right there, because it's just gonna go straight to their timeline. And they say, "Oh, that's Jerry. I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard from him in a while. Let me go check, see what he's doing." And boom, and so it is more like a more attractive for people like who like are looking to like grow, like catch lightning in the bottle and get those viewers. Of course, it's not going to catch Twitch or freaking YouTube, but it's good. It's good enough. It's good to point to when they launched Facebook Gaming. It immediately surpassed like Mixer, and it was like third. It was third on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
They're constantly going to grow.
I know that Facebook it has potential, and I believe it's going to do well. Not overtake any of the other streaming sites or whatever. But I think some people, because I think I saw somebody in the chat was like, because of this whole partnership with Facebook and Xbox, this means that Xbox is going to be out in more countries. Like I don't know. Like. Slow down, dude. Like, you're aiming way too high. It's gonna do well, right? And the advertisement is gonna do well for Xbox. But y'all getting a little bit too ambitious, in my opinion, with that.
Yeah, I think with a lot of these avenues, like, there's always gonna be kind of like always like the big three. So like it's always just in like gaming. It's just like everyone's always like, yeah, we need like another competitor in there. And every time somebody tries to put like a new console out or some shit, it really doesn't go anywhere. So shit is just like, there's always like an established three, and it was just like Mixer was trying to like get itself in there, but like when they saw like the growth numbers and everything, like Mixer was kind of non-existent. So it's like,
it was just stagnant after a while.
Like
my thing is to follow up on your point, it's hard to break into an established market already and capture that market share.
Exactly.
Now there's people that can do it, and there's organizations that can do it, depending on how experienced and how innovative it really is. Like look at Epic Games on PC.
Yeah,
Epic Games is constantly growing because one, they already had that established base of users that can access that store. Because if you look at Fortnite is their biggest game, right? They had like 8 million concurrent users in that game at one point, right? That's 8 million people with a Epic Games account. Then they can just transition all of those Fortnite users to the Epic Game Stores. Hey, look at all these sales, and then you have to look at publishers and developers.
Yeah,
and
they get more of a cut from posting their game on Epic Games as opposed to Steam. So like Epic had that great idea, and Epic is doing great right now in terms of the Epic Game Stores, and I actually like it. I like what they're doing over there in terms of support for.
Don't forget about
games.
Zoom.
Oh yeah, Zoom. You know, Zoom is here.
Who would have thought?
Yo, that Zoom HD, baby.
Who would have thought some tiny company would own Microsoft and the $1 billion of Skype? Hell, even Discord destroyed Skype.
Oh, he's talking about Zoom.
Oh yeah, Discord's another one too. So like, you look at these markets that are already saturated, and then you can just come out of nowhere and do a really good thing.
Smooth. How does Microsoft keep getting beat up by these broke-ass companies?
Yeah, I don't know. Like but the thing is, Microsoft is like combating like Zoom with Microsoft Teams, which is actually doing fairly well. A lot of businesses has adapted it to it fairly quickly.
Yo, what the hell happened to Skype?
Skype is being they're transitioning it out for Microsoft Teams. It's literally. I mean, I use it a lot. It's fairly, it's like kind of like sort of it's built into pretty much Outlook and Microsoft stuff, and it's very user friendly. But obviously, Zoom and freaking Discord. Zoom is, I think the thing that was stopping Zoom is like the fact that it's easily like can be infiltrated easily and
hackable or some shit.
So it was security issues. That's why a lot of like enterprises will obviously opt for Teams and whatnot. And there is either Teams and what's this other one that people I've seen use, but yeah, I think it is an L regardless, because Microsoft should have had it on lockdown with Skype from the beginning, and like all these other like platforms just came and just kind of just shunned that shit. And but they're coming back with Teams. I don't know if Teams is going to connect in a way like, obviously it won't connect the way like Discord will connect, or even Zoom. But the thing is, obviously Microsoft. Or Hangout, but Hangouts it's a little muddy because they like kind of like they got rid of it, and I don't know what they're doing with it. They're doing Google Duo or some shit like that, right? And
Google messes up their own services in their own way. That's another company I can't stand.
But hey, man, Discord was happy when Google got rid of it. Everybody just jumped Discord.
But what's crazy
is Microsoft lost to broke-ass Sony when they were going bankrupt and selling buildings.
This man Bond is not gonna let off the neck, man.
Hey,
you want to hear this move? This is what you gonna get.
I'm just saying,
like, because I know Microsoft gonna do like I'm fine, bro.
Broke-ass companies.
Yeah, they take unnecessary L's to different companies, but the thing is, at the end of the day, Microsoft really, I only care for one Microsoft product, and I feel like it's the only consumer product that they have that is worth it. That's attractive. Is the Xbox? Is like Xbox is the only consumer product that they have, because everything else that they make money off is not even really consumer products. They're enterprise products. They're cloud based. It's stuff that's going to make money over foot any day. Like I mean, Surface and tablet stuff. Yeah, they sell, but they're not the best selling tablets. You know what I mean? Like other manufacturers are dominating them. It's just that Microsoft makes a lot of money on theirs. They sell enough, just like Xbox sells enough that they're satisfied with. Right?
They make it up in services.
Yeah, they do make it up. Oh, as a matter of fact, I just realized I got me a Surface Pro.
Office 365.
Yeah, but
365, Xbox Live, Game Pass, like all those services make up the money, and then some. Azure, like,
what's good, frogs?
Speaking of the success of things, even Nintendo lapped Xbox. What's going on, Smooth?
I mean, when you bring these companies in and you bring up Microsoft, like, you also have to understand, and it goes across like so many other avenues of like tech or like entertainment and stuff. Is just like all of these companies and our big names have like established themselves in pop culture, in the community, with years of history with these people. So see, this is like, Microsoft can come out with some shit and they can be like, this is the best shit, this is the most high-tech shit, and then Sony will come out or Nintendo will come out and people just automatically trust. This is like their trust is already there. So it's like they'll just go there. Like, it's just like they'll be like, oh yeah, Xbox is doing this, or like Microsoft has a phone or whatever the fuck, I'm about to go over to this Sony phone real quick, and that's just because they trust Sony. Like, it's just like
Sony phones didn't last too long, bro.
They don't even sell.
Yeah, their computers don't sell. Their phones don't sell.
Sony's in the same boat. Sony has a lot of like failed products.
They do.
Remember the Sony Ericsson? Like, what is it called?
What used to be like in the 90s, like Sony was like, you need a Sony for everything. You wanted a TV receiver, Sony. You wanted a Walkman, Sony. CD player, Sony. Speakers,
so I had all that shit.
They're getting carried right now by PlayStation and the cameras, pretty much. Like,
and the TVs are doing really well.
The TVs sell well too. The TVs sell well. Those three things are what's carrying them right now.
So let's transition a little bit. I do want to talk about, obviously, one of the elephants in the room is it's been out. It's not even a week yet since the game came out. The Last of Us Part 2, obviously, last episode was damn near almost dedicated to this damn show, to this damn game. But I'm pretty sure I know some of us beat it. Me, I'm towards the end. We're gonna talk about our impressions without spoiling anything. And I don't want to waste too much time on it because I know this game has been in the subject lines. It's been talked about from here to next week on Twitter, YouTube. But just going around the table, or I said around the table as if there's a table in between us.
Swoop got bent over a table last stream.
A lot of things went through my mind during that part because
I'm sure it did.
But let's start with Attic. You're the only one who completed the game. I know you just dropped a review. I purposely actually haven't watched it yet because I'm not watching it until I beat the game. You're just like your initial thoughts. You're reviewing a quick summary of like your thoughts of the game, how much hours you spent on it. And like pretty much your final thoughts and where it stands at games released this year, where it stands next to its predecessor, and pretty much your thoughts overall.
So I think Last of Us is literally like a yin and yang situation. Last of Us 2's gameplay is amazing, the story's average, and The Last of Us 1's gameplay was average and the story was amazing. I put about 21, almost 22 hours into it. And so far, Final Fantasy VII is still my game of the year.
Oh, you say, okay, so it hasn't eclipsed Final Fantasy. Okay.
No, Last of Us was a great game. It was. If that story would have been on point, it's not that the story doesn't make sense. It's just that there's so much plot holes and there's so much character development mishandling that I just feel like there was a better way. And I'm not a writer, so I'm not going to tell a writer how to do their job, but it's just like I feel like there was definitely better ways to tell that story than the way they did.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Chris? Like I know, like going into this game, there obviously between me and you there was a lot of controversy. I mean, we had second thoughts, and obviously the leaks and whatnot. So you're what several hours into the game, or 18 hours in?
I'm at 18 and a half hours in. I'm in I can't really say without spoiling it, but I'm in according to Attic, I'm probably, because I told him exactly where I'm at, he says I'm around 60%. But so far,
man, standalone part of the game.
But I love it. I love it because we haven't had this type of bait and switch and storytelling since.
Oh my God! You did not just.
Huh?
There is no way you're supposed to. Let me finish the term bait and switch and make it a positive way.
Let me finish.
Does that sound any way?
Let me finish.
Let me get his
my
phone
thoughts out. Damn. I let you talk when you had your thoughts. Let me get my thoughts out. I said we haven't had this type of.
I didn't use the word bait and switch and try to make it.
But I'm using it. I'm using it. Since Metal Gear Solid 2. And people felt the same way with Metal Gear Solid 2. And guess what? Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favorite Metal Gear Solid game of all time. And that one has, a 96 or whatever. Right? So I like when they take different approaches to storytelling like this. I'm not going to get too in depth with the story. But so far, I'm digging the story. The gameplay is amazing. The graphics are really good. You know what I mean? The only thing that bothers me about the graphics is the film grain. I wish they'd take that shit off.
Oh my God.
That shit needs to take off. As soon as if they take that shit off, the game will look so much better. You know what I mean? But as far as the story, I'm liking it a lot. There are some a little bit inconsistencies. I'm not seeing a lot of plot holes that a lot of people are talking about because I paid attention to the first game and everything so far. I don't know how I'm gonna feel towards the end. You know what I mean? But everything that I'm playing so far, everything connects pretty well, right? And the only kind of discrepancies as far as the stories is some small character things that to me is like, well, why did they make this character be like that, or his story is like this?
Oh my God, he's cold. It's small, yo. Oh, there's a
Bro,
reason that it hasn't been done too many times in gaming. It's
can you let me
because it's a
can you let me
trash way of
finish? Can
making
you
a
let me
story.
finish? I don't care what you think. Can you let me finish? This is my thought. But anyways, I'm trying to give my thought. I understand if you don't like it, that's fine. If you don't like the stories, if you have problems with it, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you with your opinion. But this is my opinion, right? Anybody who's played the game and doesn't like it, it doesn't bother me at all. You can give the game a 4 out of 10. You thought the story was trash, but this is just my opinion. So far, if I had to rate the game right now, it's a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10. There is flaws, there is issues I have with the game, but it's a 9 out of 10 for me right now.
Nick, do you play the game yet?
Hell yeah! I beat it already.
Oh, okay.
I beat it. You know how I played it? I was
Wow.
over my cousin's house under his username. It's like, I ain't playing. I ain't got no thoughts.
All right, Croy, you didn't get a PlayStation yet, right?
Nah, bro, shit. I didn't get one, but I read a lot of shit, watched a lot of shit. I understand a lot of shit. That's all I'm gonna say on it. Like, I said a lot of shit up on Twitter, but it's just like, I mean, I feel like a lot of the shit goes over folks' heads, or it's like, oh, they wanted it to go a certain way and it just didn't. And they say that they have like a full grasp of these characters, but then when they say certain things that they say, like, I kind of read it and I'm like, how did you get that or not get that when it comes to these characters and how they, but what I'm saying is that, like, is that I used to write. So the thing is, I used to write and I used to, when you're like a creator and a consumer, like, it's a different perspective when you're like, when you're just a consumer. But then when you come from like that writing background or just like any type of artistry background, like, you see like in depth, like, you understand like the intricacies of this shit. So it's just like,
if
it's
you're like
different.
if you're an active reader and you understand
Yeah,
how to,
so it's like, you understand what they were aiming for and like the motions that they were like putting in place for this to take place. So like, see, this is like when you make music. When I make music, like, my whole mind changed when I listen to other people's music. You get what I'm saying? Like, as you see it differently because you've been in that process. So it's just like, when I see consumers just consuming shit, that's all they're doing is just consuming shit. Like, they're not understanding what they're consuming. So, I mean, shit, I would love to play it. Like I said, shit, whenever I get my PS5
Are you questioning
or whatever
people?
the fuck, like, I'm gonna play it.
Hold on, can I ask you something?
What?
Are you saying that people that have a different view than other people aren't consuming it right? Is that what you're saying?
Like, I'm saying that they're just missing some stuff. In grants, like, look, they could have whatever the fuck. Like, look, you think the story shit, that's on you. But when I watch you and I hear you try to go into detail about it, and I'm reading it, because I read like a lot of people's shit. Like all last week, it was just like hot shit. Like, everybody was just like spitting bars. And so I was going through reading it and then putting it to what I saw. And like, I was just like,
so you took other people's opinion on it.
No,
you took two groups of people's opinion and
like, you're not understanding.
He's comparing what he understands about the story.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, what I experienced. Like, of course, I have to experience it personally, like I want to. But the thing is just like what I've seen with all the spoilers and all the cutscenes and all of that bullshit. It's just, I understood it. So like, what I'm going through with other people's shit accounts, I'm just like, all right, like, I'm just kind of confused with what they saw. And I mean, some of the attacks I saw was just personal bullshit. So that's another thing. So it's personal feelings, attachment shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I
can't
get
really
that, but
say
at the
much.
same
Ain't nobody gonna take what the fuck I say serious anyway. So I don't give a fuck. I haven't played the game.
At the same time, I feel like it's not like a small number of people that are upset with the story. There's a reason it got review bombed, because there's a huge portion of people upset with the story. I'm on Facebook. I don't post my videos on Facebook rarely. Most people don't even know I run a gaming YouTube channel, and I see people destroying the story on Facebook. Like, a lot of people are upset. Like, You know, I get it. I understand people feel like something needs to be done differently, this and that. But when you start to twist how character plots were developed in the first place in the original one, people are going to get upset.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right,
That's what I
Look, the
got.
original
I've been
one
playing
was
the
like
game.
one of my favorite damn. So
Hold on, let's continue to go down the line.
yeah,
like
my bad.
I'm 10 hours into the like 10 to 12 hours into the game right now, and I've been having an amazing time playing the game. I literally beat the first game the day before the second one dropped. So I went from the first game straight into the second one, right? Paying attention to every little detail in terms of dialogue and storytelling that happened in the first game and how it leads into the second game. So a lot of the stuff that happens within the world of The Last of Us, people need to understand, like they alluded to a lot of things that happened for specific characters, that wasn't stated explicitly, right? So it was left up to your interpretation, but it wasn't like, I don't know, like it's not out there. Like they don't have to say it for you. You understand based on the dialogue that different characters are having with each other. And we can talk about this more in depth after the podcast because we don't want to get into spoilers or anything like that for people inside here. But yeah. I believe that a lot of the criticisms I've been seeing about the game from certain people are from people who haven't played it at all. Like if you're somebody who played the game and beat the game, and you say you don't like it, that is you personally. But I agree with Chris, and I agree with Kadori about the game. Like I enjoy the story, right? Some people don't enjoy or don't like the direction that certain characters have been going into. You have to go into a bit more detail, so we can talk about that after the podcast. But I think a lot of the stuff that they set up in the first game is pretty consistent with what's going on now, and I can actually back that with empirical data and evidence from what was said in the first game.
Just move on.
My only problem.
And I honestly like the game. I've been doing a lot of exploring like I did in the first game. I have a lot of loot inside the game. I liked a lot of the new gameplay elements. There's a lot of nuances with the gameplay inside of it. So other than that, like I think it's a 9 out of 10 personally. If people don't agree with me, that's fine. Like you don't have to agree with me.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own opinion. I'm not going to attack you for your opinion.
Exactly.
My thing is like why are people who haven't even touched the game and spent 60
I
on
don't
it
know, man. I feel like you keep
talking about
attacking. You literally say I'm not going to attack anyone, and then you say I just don't understand why the people are upset
because
with
my
this.
thing
Like,
because my thing is
shut up. If you're not going to attack anyone, just move on. Like,
my thing is if you haven't played the game, why are you judging the game? That's my thing. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like people.
this happens with every game, though. Every single game that comes out.
and we call that out with
isn't
every
valid.
single
Yeah,
game.
we call that out. Like you're not supposed. Like we had
But
to do this.
I just don't understand how you guys are saying, okay, that's your opinion. This is mine. But then you attack people that don't play the game. That's still their opinion, regardless. So just move on.
I'm not going to attack you because you played the game and you beat the game. If you feel that way about the game, that's you. You actually have a valid opinion about the game because you've experienced it for yourself and you let it digest. Other people they looked at the spoilers and just had this view about the game and that was it. We had these conversations. I told people, Smooth had his views about the game. Me and Chris said, hey, we're going to play the game for ourselves and experience it because just looking at the story on paper is different from experiencing it.
Yeah. I get that, but at the same time, from the lack of experiencing of playing the game doesn't change the story itself.
Yeah. Vaughn, what were you going to say?
But it allows you to appreciate it, especially when, as a player, sometimes the story is not going to change.
You're experiencing the events with the characters in the game.
But my point is, just because someone didn't play that section of the game or play the whole game, doesn't mean you could just dismiss them because they don't like the story. Like by that logic, I beat the game. Should I be dismissing your guys's because you ain't beat the game?
But we're playing it. I'm giving you my impressions of the game 10 hours into the game. That's what we're doing. I'm not giving you like a final review.
Playing the game. Last time I think it was yesterday.
I just feel like
2 days ago I checked the completion rate of the story. Right, it was at 3.7% for that trophy. Most of those people that been review bombing the game, they didn't play the game. That's fine if they don't like the story. You play the game, you don't like the story. I don't care. Like it's not.
I mean, what's 3% of like 3 million though?
People that aren't carried, you guys seem very upset that people aren't playing the game.
Because how are you gonna shit on
Oh,
something
let's
you've never
let's
experienced?
move on because this can easily
Let's move on
drag.
to Bond, yo.
Oh no, because yeah,
Dude, I don't know.
I just want to see what Bond had to say so I can get my bars off. But before I get my bars off, I got to read the super chat. So Bond, what were you gonna say?
In an apocalypse where it's kill or be killed, nobody would tell anybody else their real names.
Oh man.
That
I mean, we don't
and-
know. Have you lived through an apocalypse?
I'm
And
just
not
saying.
to mention
Oh,
Bond. Not to mention Bond. Say they live nearby. Like.
But here's the thing.
Hold on, let me finish my point though.
Okay, go ahead.
Not only that, but he basically went with people that say, "Oh, I got candy in my car, little kid. You want to follow me to my house?" Okay, sure.
But okay, so let me say something. At one point, right, we have to. I understand, like a lot of these games and storytelling try to be as realistic as possible. But at one point, we gotta realize, yo, it's just fiction, and we gotta suspend our beliefs at times. Not everything is gonna be ultra realistic. There's gonna be things that doesn't make sense in the real world when it comes to these fictional storytellings. So sometimes you gotta, because if you try to analyze everything like super realistic, like, oh, why would you tell somebody your name or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, of course they're gonna do that because that's the way the writers.
I
took
get
the
that,
direction
but
of the story. If you don't like it, that's fine.
The same time when you're saying I really enjoy this game because it's immersive. You can't say that, but then attack it when people say, "Well, it's a game." You can't do both. You can't have both ways. Like, it's either immersive or it's not. I think this game is one of the most immersive games ever made. But at the same time, I can recognize that some of the plots are bullshit.
All right,
that's fine. And I don't. But that's what I'm saying. It's like.
I don't know, man. It looks like you're pretty upset, man.
All right.
It looks like you're pretty
relax.
upset.
Hold on.
I have to be real.
Dude,
All right.
you're literally yelling at us right now.
I hate. Hold on. I hate
I'm not yelling.
When you disagree
Yes,
with
you've
them.
literally been yelling at us this entire time.
I hate when people do this. When you
Look,
disagree with them and you're
I'm on my
voicing your
phone.
opinion. When you disagree with them and you voice your opinion, the automatic go-to is, "Oh, you just sound upset."
I mean, I'm
Like,
just
come on, bro.
saying how
All
it
right.
seems, man.
hold on, because
That's the most basic comeback that you can pull.
All right. Couple things. Shout out to Frog Stream, $2. Says my man Addict with the truth on the Final Fantasy VII, my Gotti. And then shout out to Cubing Gaming. He said Halo Infinite trailer. Oh my God, they're back. Banished. We're gonna be talking about that later on.
Halo trailer?
Yeah. It was no trailer. It was a little
Final Fantasy VII is
audio
still my game
teaser.
of the year. I don't see The Last of Us being bad. Matter of fact, I expect Ghost of Tsushima to be better than The Last of Us for me personally.
I'm just gonna set my bars off on this damn game. All right, so overall, my thoughts on the game, as far as like gameplay is concerned, I think is awesome. As far as story, and when I say story, I'm isolating the word story. Outside of the first game, it's a good story if it was applied to any other game. However, without any spoilers, once you get into the second half of the game and it starts to carry on, I do understand why some people would be upset, not because it go against anybody's motives or not because they did something to characters or anything like that. It's that the story arc and the story that they're telling doesn't seem as important to the players that just went on a drastic journey the first time. Is the story that they're telling now is just like it's okay, but it could have been done in a different order. And like I said, I still got probably maybe 3 or 4 hours left or so in the game, and maybe that can all change. But I feel like the part of the story I'm in now is like I don't understand why this is so important, or why. All right, let's focus on this situation. Let's fill this theme. Oh, we got to also fill that theme. And
tell me the whole time you're playing right now, it really feels like a standalone expansion. Like, it doesn't even feel relevant to what's going on.
Yeah. I feel like this is what I feel like. All right, I feel like for what it is, it's good. I feel like the game probably, if they wanted to keep it this way, they either should have rearranged how things happened, or it should have been like a 3-part thing, meaning like Last of Us Part 2 is either this game, and then Last of Us Part 3 is a part, like an expanded part of the first half, or vice versa. Like, that's how I feel this, because right now I feel like y'all did this for that. Right, currently that's how my feeling is. It doesn't mean I hate the game. The game's not bad at all. It's the best game I played all year, When we're just talking isolating the year 2020, it's the best game I played all year. And I'm not going to give it a score yet, but I do understand why people have issues with where the story goes once you get into the second half of the game, and this is probably a big reason why Naughty Dog had embargoed the second half of the game. Like, I couldn't talk about the second half of the game, and I can see why. I can absolutely see why. But any final thoughts before we move on?
Not really. I mean, that's what. People who don't like the story, that's fine. But I like the story, and nobody should tell me that I'm just, you know what I mean, that I'm crazy or anything like that for liking the story. This shit isn't gonna hit with everybody. You know what I mean? They took a different direction. A lot of people hate it. There's a lot of people who love it, and that's that. You know, nobody's right or wrong in how they feel about the story at all. That's all I want to say.
It's very divisive. It's definitely very divisive for sure. And if people are mentioning things about the game that they would like to change, bring up specifics. Let me know. Like, let's have that dialogue. If there's certain things in the story that you didn't like that happened, like, let me know so I can get your perspective. It's all about perspective. My perspective is different from yours. That's cool. Let me know what you would like to have done differently inside that game. If it's actually something that's pretty constructive, then I understand your point of view. But if you're just complaining for the sake of complaining because you didn't touch the game, then that's different.
And I already said that there is some issues that I have with the game as far as some of the characters and some of the inconsistencies and discrepancies with some of the stuff. But overall, I fear that the story and the storytelling, for me personally, is pretty solid. That's just me.
All right, like, this is my last thing. Like, I can't spend like a lot of time and energy like explaining the story to people. Like you said, shit, if you don't like it, you don't like it. The only thing that I could tell just from that like playing it, I can't speak the pacing or anything of the story shit because everybody's posting it up in just like fucking little increments and shit like that. But like, there is a gripe that I have, and it's just like a design thing of a character that like I just kind of like I kept looking at like fucking like so fucking much. Like, and I mean, that's the only thing that I saw that they just kind of like it, and just like with the background stuff, the pertaining to that character and the designer of that character that I know about, it's just like it's kind of fucking strange to me. Like, it's off-putting, but that's about it. Everything with the story, like, I mean, from what I've seen, so like I get it. So
I mean, it's like, you know, I don't give numbers in my reviews. I gave the game an 8 out of 10. And, you know, only reason I subtract is because of the story. Like, the gameplay, you can ask Kid, how much of these type of games do I play? I don't really enjoy these type of games. Yeah. But, like, the gameplay was so fluid and so good that fluid? I like
at 30 frames.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh my god, man! Stop it, Bond.
I knew
Stop
Bond was gonna do that.
Even Hardy said that there's no way he'll be able to play the game a second time through until it's on PS5.
Well, I mean, I'm probably not going to play it a second time, but it felt good when I was playing it. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
Shit. Some people think Abby feels good. What does that tell you?
Oh, stop, Bond. There's some people that
chill, bro.
I am Team Abby.
You know, I gotta have me some brawlic chicks, bro.
There was somebody.
My man said brawlic chick.
Her triceps have to be bigger than mine.
You can ask Kid. I've already started a campaign against non-30 frame games, but right now that ain't it right now. Okay,
Bond, what you was about to say?
There was a guy in Smooth Chat that said that Abby was cute. I was like, yo, bitch.
I just don't. I mean, in the apocalypse, I guess anything can get anybody aroused.
Bro,
but
I couldn't tell you how drunk and desperate I'd have to be at that point.
Yo, Bond, you're gonna be fucking fat bitches in the apocalypse.
Oh man. Oh,
look,
Karens and fat bitches.
With all due respect, if you fat, you probably already infected, so it doesn't even matter. Like, you ain't out running a clicker. You dead. You done.
Nah.
Like.
Nah. What was those what are those other ones? The shamblers or some shit?
Yeah.
The shamblers.
Like, one thing I will say is like the stalkers are crazy stronger than
they're too strong actually.
Yeah, they're not too strong.
For real?
Them and the bloater is dumb strong in this game too.
No, they're not.
Oh,
No,
okay.
bro,
I mean, what are y'all playing on? Like,
I'm playing on hard.
all right, I'm playing on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing on.
Yo, I'm freezing. I'm
Most
freezing
of the
through that
game you
shit,
can
bro.
stealth. You don't even have to do anything. Most of this game you can literally stealth and just go right by.
I stealthed a lot with Ellie. I fight with freaking, the brawler chick.
Yeah.
Kid, I saw you stealth. You
I don't
you get
stealth
seen
with-
very easily.
I barely stealth in that game because the game already, even like on hard difficulty, it already gives you like so much supply and ammo.
Yeah, you get a lot of
that I
supplies.
was stealth.
Stealth is great.
I was stealth until I get caught. Once I get caught, then it's all it's all good.
Yeah, it's free smoke.
Then you start doing the brick throwing and the move to point A to B.
It's
Do a 180 no scope shot. Like the game is crazy.
Oh, did anybody
Especially-
I've seen some people do some crazy shit.
Yes,
in that game. It's pretty crazy.
in my last stream, I literally shot a Scar jumping from one level to another, but I shot him mid-air in the head, and I hope somebody clipped that. That shit was dope. But
I seen
realize-
somebody jump in the TV station. I'm pretty sure you guys seen the same GIF on Twitter where they were fighting somebody, then they jump off of the second floor, and you can actually assassinate somebody.
Yeah,
jumping
like
off
Assassin's
that
Creed
shit.
style.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
you want to hear something about that
never
part?
knew
I actually ran through that whole entire part without getting engaging in combat.
Oh, I was engaged.
I was out.
fighting
I was like,
everybody in
fuck that. I was out.
Well, most of the engagements you can run to where you need to go to.
Yeah.
And stealth it without having to engage anybody. For the speedrunners.
All right, so something that kind of went on Twitter and kind of trended immediately after was the audio log that Halo released for which sound like Atriox and the Banished.
For a little bit, okay.
And they are marking this as like the first marketing push for Halo Infinite. It got a lot of views, over 1 million views. It trended #1 on Twitter, and the hype for Halo is back. And we were all waiting to hear and see things. It's not much because it's not gameplay. It's not
back.
teaser, but it's hey for it to be something in a crowded news day or a crowded news week with all this Me Too bullshit and all these accusations and
It's
everything
also
going
weird.
on.
Why does Microsoft's got shitty timing on that? Why would you release the news at
Because it's Halo, bro. That's just gonna get hype.
So, Halo Infinite, this pretty much confirms that Atriox was, I guess, highly favored. I know Attic, he loved Halo Wars 2 so much, and Atriox, I guess, was one of the main reasons people like it. They think it's the best villain, and it seems like they're bringing him over to Halo Infinite. Go ahead, Attic.
He's definitely the best villain in Halo. I know they opened it up. The first time you see him, he takes on 3 Spartans by himself with a gravity hand.
3 jabroni Spartans, though?
But they're still Spartan. I think
But they were jabroni Spartans.
they're still Spartan 2s though.
He fought a bunch of Javus.
They're still Spartan 2s.
Odds.
The thing is they're not your standard Spartans. They're like Master Chief. They had to go through the process twice. They're still technically Spartans, but they're
They
Spartan
were
rejects.
reject jabrones.
Yeah, but they're still Spartans, Bond, and he took 3 of them on at once.
Bro, that's like saying somebody beat up Black Baron, but Black Baron's a wrestler.
Black Baron, dude, come on, man. The Spartans are 7 foot something. When they stand up right in their suit, man, they over 7 foot tall. He took on 3 of them, and he was twice the size of all of them.
Because that's how big brutes are.
Yeah, brutes are fucking ridiculous, bro.
Well, he's bigger than the average brute too. So.
Yeah, he's a super brute.
He's bigger than the average bear.
That's the first way they showed it. He's pretty much one of the reasons that the Covenant lost to the humans, because he was fighting them on one side of the universe and we were fighting them on the other.
Gotcha.
He was constantly attacking their supply routes and their supply factories and just taking all the shit. He constantly was recruiting.
Chief would still clap him.
I would say the primary reason that the Covenant lost is the Arbiter. exposing them.
Yeah, well, it's, the elites leaving definitely helped. That's for sure.
Yeah, the elites.
Yeah.
Because the brutes they weren't the same as the elites.
Well, they
Yeah,
are
especially after
they
Halo
are
2
on
when you kill
ground,
the
but
leader.
not in the air and naval and yeah, they're different kinds of fighters.
But they're more about like, I don't know, brutes. I've never really liked the brutes themselves. But that's
I
neither
thought
here
they
nor
were
there.
cool in Halo 2. In Halo 3, they just
Yeah, I
nerfed
like the
them.
brutes. Yeah, I like the brutes.
But he pretty much who Atriox is he comes from a clan that the Covenant only used. You know how like there's headhunters for Spartans. He's like the equivalent of that on the other side. Like they dropped him behind enemy lines. It was supposed to be a suicide mission, but every time they sent them, Atriox is the only one to ever come back.
Yeah.
So how, if he's obviously, so since they're putting him in Halo Infinite, how do you think his appearance ties in with the events of like Halo 5 and pretty much like how does he come into play? You know, we all knew how Halo 5 ended, and then Halo Wars ended a certain way, which kind of like, and we count that and you count the DLC.
Hey, Attic, hold up. How? All right. So how did Halo Wars 2 set up? Like was it setting up for him to be introduced eventually, or what?
Halo Wars, that the first one took place 28 years before Halo Wars 2.
Okay.
Well, they won the encounter that they had, but the ship was so damaged that the entire crew had to go in cryo sleep. They slept for 28 years. You know how like Cortana went crazy?
Yeah.
Their AI did that.
Okay.
So she pretty much had like a recording, and she had them unthaw when the damages were repaired. So that same thing happened to her. She was gone. So that's 28 years later. I think they said that's 6 months after Halo 5.
Okay.
That's when Halo Wars 2 starts. Apparently the Ark, the portal between the Ark and Earth, that is where Halo Wars 2 is taking place.
Oh shit! Because I never played them. Like they weren't my thing. But I
kind of like RTS for jabronis.
Yeah, it's a fun RTS for jabronis, but it's definitely RTS for dummies. But
true.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened then is Atriox showed up like 6 months later. He killed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then throughout that whole game, you're trying to stop Atriox because he's trying to do something with the rings. We still don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But
he's actually on a ring based on the teaser because he mentions the ring in the teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff already going on about that, but I'll get to that here in a second. So pretty much what happened after that is they finally defeat. Now you think you're fighting Atriox's soldiers the whole game, but you're actually really fighting the shipmaster, like his number one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a mercenary, and Atriox hired him. And at the end of the game, Anders escaped on one of the rings. You know the ring that Master Chief blew up in the first one?
Yeah.
The Forerunner has a mechanism where if one gets destroyed, this machine they're on makes another one.
Wow.
So what happened is it was interrupted and the ring just stayed there. It never got teleported to where the other one was. So the way that they got out is Anders got on that ring when it teleported out, and the last thing you saw if you do the legendary ending is one of Cortana's guardians.
We'll never see that one.
One of Cortana's guardians shows up out of slip space, and it stops it from being in slip space, and all you hear is Cortana saying, "I finally found you," and then the game ends.
That's some gangster shit right there.
So she's hiring people now.
Speaking of Halo, here's a good question on Halo. If I were to say who are the most popular characters in Halo, who would you say?
Master Chief and Arbiter.
Master Chief, Cortana, Arbiter.
Master Chief and Sergeant.
Can the
say it again?
I never even heard of Sergeant.
No.
Master Chief, Arbiter. Oh, okay, and Sergeant.
No, that not. Addict is brown nosing, bro. He knows because he saw you argue with me about that before, bro. Nah, there was
said that they didn't like Halo 5 because it starred a black guy. That there's no popular black characters in Halo.
They didn't like Halo 5 because they introduced Locke in a weird ass way and no one liked it. So
much like the character in Last of Us, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
Except Locke, except Locke didn't do as much bullshit.
I feel the way that they wrote.
People hated Final Fantasy VII, the ending of that shit too, and I loved it.
Locke had an entire series dedicated to him though before Halo 5 dropped. He had the whole entire story.
They did. Like it's like it was very overlooked, but at the same time, like how they wrote him, like he didn't stack up, I guess, like personality wise for everybody to base like predominantly a lot of the
Chief
parts
was full of one-liners.
Him.
Like,
I'm already on record as saying Halo 5 is the weakest Halo 5 campaign out there.
It is by far.
I enjoyed it.
I
know I'm weird to you.
How does
it's not bad, but the story just wasn't. It didn't appeal to me at all. Like,
as far as the Halo, yeah, the hype is building because I'm very curious. I told y'all before, like I'm super interested and curious. Well, what they're gonna do with this Halo because it's like the longest Halo in development since the last game. They're hyping it up. They're hyping up the engine and shit like that. So I'm hoping, when we finally see this shit,
firecrackers.
Like this shit.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
same here.
sorry,
Right at the
guys,
same time.
I'm at home.
I'm hoping for at least a 10-minute demo at July.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Or some type, or a couple minutes of gameplay. Just show me something.
I think,
and I really would like to see exactly how 343 evolves the franchise. In my opinion,
I think the way that transmission was set up, there's two different scenarios they're going to go with this game. Aatrox is the leader of the band. Who the hell is he talking to in that way? It seemed like he was like addressing like a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Cortana? Could it be her?
I think he's neither teamed up with Cortana or he's teamed up with the Flood.
Right. Damn.
Because part of me feels like Aatrox is definitely one of those people. He's big and tough, but like if he knows he's come across someone that he can't fight, he gonna team up with someone.
Yeah, so but wouldn't that be like
Cortana is the only person I feel like that he would feel like he would have to team up with someone.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how Flood can it takes over organic shit, but can it also take over?
No, it can't take over machines.
Okay, all right, cool.
That's the reason the Guardians. That's the reason that the Forerunners made technology like that because the Flood can't take it over.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, but didn't freaking Aatrox lose his right hand man to the Flood? They
No, they both lived.
Okay, but
in the DLC, the High Charity. I'm pretty sure that's the one that fell. High Charity fell onto their planet.
So Jose, who is it? Like Jose in the chat saying that it's not Aatrox. So who is it exactly? Like
it's Kid Smooth.
He's saying your Flood theory doesn't work.
It's the best bot.
Jose Segura, do you have access to Discord? I'm just curious to see how. Jose Segura.
I just don't see who else it could be. Like it's clearly banished. He did refer to them as his, so it could be one of his subordinates, and he's talking to Aatrox. That's definitely a possibility.
True.
But I just marketing-wise, why would they put some random dude in this? It might be
exactly.
It might be one of the brothers. You know, it's definitely possible, but I feel like it's Aatrox.
Yeah, I don't see it not being Aatrox. So he's like the.
Because he's known.
Wasn't his toy revealed for Halo Infinite, or it was the only toy that wasn't revealed yet for Halo Infinite?
So Alberto in the chat says it's not Aatrox because the voice doesn't sound like Aatrox.
Well, it's over a radio transmission though.
Is that the Halo
I don't know
community
anything about this?
The Halo?
Yeah, I didn't play Halo Wars, so I don't know what happened.
God damn!
With the mainline series games, and that was it.
Messed up.
The Halo community.
Hold on.
Somebody getting wrecked. Yo, what is that?
It sounded like that's Addict's mic. Yeah, his mic. Your mic is it's shot
bugging out.
Addict, yeah, your mic is doing something crazy. All right,
I don't know. I think Halo is gonna be the headline for the July event. They're gonna headline.
Oh,
that.
absolutely, bro.
And
Oh,
then there's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
a lot
of
of other a lot of other games that are gonna be shown during
that
that
better?
event.
Yeah,
I'm
much
very
better.
Yeah, you're good now. But I'm very hyped for the
Alright,
game.
so
I have a lot of faith for
the
343
Halo
Industries.
community thinks that this Halo is going to be in the middle of this war, and it's not going to be at the beginning. Kind of like how Halo 1 was, where you start the game in the middle of the war between the Covenant and the humans.
Yeah.
So, because if you look in 2019's trailer, they found Master Chief floating in a destroyed ring. So that transmission could be the prelogue. That's the first thing that shows up. That's the reason they go to the ring. And neither Atriox or Master Chief, which is probably going to be Master Chief, blows up the ring to stop Atriox from getting it, because it's rumored that he's wanting to shoot off the ring to kill the humans.
Right. Damn, like, yo, like, this shit is such a fucking mystery, bro. Like, I
Don't worry. Discover the truth or fight for the truth.
Hunt the
You'll
truth.
find some bullshit at the end of it. Don't worry.
Finish the fight again.
Bond,
Yeah, finish the fight again.
We don't talk about that here, all right?
Finish the fight again.
I don't care what
Yeah,
nobody
I
says.
man.
Halo. I feel like Halo 4 and Halo
Well,
5 are among some of the best Halo games I've
Listen.
played.
Bond,
Microsoft
how you
marketed-
know? How you know they didn't say finish the fight? They meant this game and that game. You don't know that.
You know one thing I don't like about Halo, and I think how Halo should actually be made? They should decide on all the gameplay mechanics. Cool. But the game designers should not be in charge of the story. The people that write the books
I
should be
agree.
in charge of the story.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
And then they
You know
should
what
adapt the story into the game story.
You know
Right.
what I really enjoy? And Kid Smooth's always arguing with me. You're like, how Wolfenstein has like a really immersive game? Like, I would like, because Halo 4 kind of did it, where it was a lot of immersive, where you was climbing up the bridge and you fought the Didac at the end. Like, I want more stuff like that.
I think no, it's just that you use Wolfenstein as an example. I don't think Wolfenstein's that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
me neither, because you're doing crazy shit in that
Obviously,
game.
obviously, I don't mean like the exact Wolfenstein game or the mechanics of Wolfenstein. I'm talking about the atmosphere Wolfenstein provides. It's
just kind of like them bombastic mics, like you want more of that for Halo.
Whose mic is that?
No, it's
That's
Addicts, I
that's
think.
the addicts.
Like a Smooth. Didn't you play Wolfenstein 2? Did you play that?
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, like you saw like
Yeah, I played both of them. I beat both of them.
like you saw when Shorty picked up the house and shit, right? And you were like shooting and fighting in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Like some shit like that, like could definitely happen in Halo, bro. Like it's just like they gotta execute that shit right. Like that was a shocking right there to me when they picked that fucking house.
Yeah, man.
See,
Like I said, they definitely, even though this is not like this is like a continuation off of 5, I presume. Even though it's not a numbered Halo, they're treating it like it's Halo 6. It pretty much is Halo 6. They're just not calling it Halo 6. So this isn't like, it doesn't catch me as like a spin-off like ODST or Reach or whatever.
Nah.
But yo, I hope for you Halo and you Xbox fans, like, and this is genuine, dog. Like, I hope this shit is fire.
See,
you
here's
know what I mean?
Here, Chris. Here, Chris. No, this is what you hope. You hope that the reviewers think it's fire, because to me, it's gonna be fire regardless.
What did I just say? No. What did I just say? I hope for you Halo and Xbox fans.
Hold
I hope
on.
this shit is fire. I didn't say anything about reviewers. I don't give a damn about what we.
Halo and Xbox fans. I think you're forgetting somebody here.
No.
Halo and Xbox fans.
You're
means
still
Halo-
forgetting somebody.
No. Which means Halo fans, which includes yourself, Bond, because you're a Halo fan.
And
also Xbox fans.
And PC fans.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Xbox fans as well.
That's what
goes
you
alongside
forget.
with the Halo fans.
That's what you
as well.
forgot.
Yeah,
I knew what
and
you was
PlayStation
gonna
fans
do.
too. Because I want that on PlayStation.
Shout out to Merc. What's up, Merc?
What's good, Merc?
I think
and
I think-
Switch fans.
I don't know
Nah,
Halo
sure.
scoring
Yeah,
wise,
that
because
shit
at the end
comes
of the
up
day, people believe if Halo doesn't score a 90 or better, it's trash,
Not me.
and that's too much power to those little idiot reviewers.
It's not
Nah,
even.
that are-
It's not
not
even
me.
the review. It's not even reviewers. It's just like people who put so much of their fucking life into these motherfucking scores. Like niggas will literally not buy a game or
Bro,
even touch
it's the
it.
Yeah,
same.
exactly.
It's,
fucking like
it's the
it's
same
really,
thing with Cyberpunk. If it doesn't get a 90, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna get flack.
Yeah, like, and that's just really dumb to me because if I look at a bunch of dudes like who really put their life into these fucking scores, they'd be like, hey man, shit, if it gets a 90, 95, it's like the greatest game ever. You see like a bunch of motherfuckers is really not fucking
Exactly.
with the latest.
Some
shit
people
that
think a
just dropped
7
like
is
that.
a bad score.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people
Shit
think
at
a 7
I'm
is
like,
a bad score, and that's not a bad score at all.
I feel like that's okay. Like it's okay to try.
Yeah,
Like it's
okay,
not.
exactly.
Shit, we have not got a game that's like a fucking 5 or like a 3 or like some crazy shit like that in a long time. Like that's all I'm saying. Like,
the approach towards Infinite is definitely different than what they were doing with 5 because they hyped the fuck out of 5. That marketing towards 5 was amazing, but they didn't execute at all. They're much more quiet about Halo Infinite, and
I like that.
I've been seeing like a lot of the artists in terms of what they've been doing in terms of concept, and the concepts look amazing compared to Halo 5, and what they've been doing in terms of like describing.
Working on Halo 5.
I don't know how many people are working on the game, but
Bro, these people are out
like
here.
they're actually making an effort towards making a good game. So hopefully we see some really good content about the game in July. I have high hope because
on Halo Infinite, it's like 1,200 people, right? Smooth. It's like a
I
crazy number.
don't know.
Yeah, that's what I heard from
it's a
Tim.
crazy
Though.
number.
But yeah, 343 is a big ass studio for no reason. Though they got too many people working.
Here's my thing about 343. Like, make the game that you want. Make the game that you want to make. Of course, you're going to take constructive criticism for what was wrong with Halo 5 and what was good about it, but you still have to make the game that you want to make. So do what you have to do. You have two games you can learn from, Halo 4 and Halo 5. That's more than enough installations into the game to make sure you can make a good third title. So I don't know. They get it done, because I swear to God, if Halo Infinite isn't not a good game, I'm gonna be the first person.
No, you'll be the second because I'll be the first.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yo, no.
You
Believe me.
But Bond,
No, you're not,
you heard
Bond.
Smooth, right? No, you heard Smooth say he's gonna like it no matter what. So it could be a completely trash game, and Smooth say he's gonna like it no matter what.
I'm gonna treat Halo like people would treat The Last of Us. It can't be bad. I'm gonna get on my OBJ. Ain't nobody fucking with that. That ain't fucking with this. Ain't fucking with
Smooth.
Ain't nobody on PlayStation fucking with that.
Ain't nobody fucking with that.
KDS and Master Chief. KDS and Master Chief.
Nah, you gonna be
Aloy.
Marcus and Master Chief. Marcus and Master Chief. Ain't nobody
Marcus
fucking
and
with
Chief.
that. Ain't nobody. This that you can say that's fucking with that.
Hey, yo, chill, bro. Chill. Like I'm just saying, if the game come out and it's like, I mean, for me personally, like the story really has to like knock me the fuck out. Like it got a Mike Tyson knock my fucking head off. Like I feel like the gameplay is gonna be straight. I just feel like the story, like when you have these fandoms, and that's on like any side, like both sides, like these fandoms, like they want shit to go this way, that way, and all types of ways, and so motherfuckers are like they're stuck in a box. So it's like they're trying to please these people, but then they're also trying to like to kind of like just like spread their wings and like explore some shit. So it's like
That's why I said they gotta make the game they want to make it, man.
Exactly. Like you gotta trust in your artistic vision. Like you gotta keep that integrity. Like you can't let these people bully you, because they'll bully your ass into a corner and then they'll complain about, damn, like this is the same game, bitch. That's what you wanted. Like that's literally what the fuck you wanted, bruh. Like so it's just like, I don't know. Like it's just like you can't please motherfuckers. So shit is like, I just want a good story.
Let's talk about who's behind the writing. Like,
who's writing this Halo?
So it's the guy that wrote I think the Arkham games.
The Arkham games.
What's his name?
Neil
Paul
Druckmann.
Ryder, I think.
Neil Druckmann.
Oh hell no! Like that. Damn! Like
No, Neil wrote Halo 5. Shit.
Hey yo, stop playing
That's
with
what
me,
it
bro.
looked like.
Nah. If Neil wrote Halo, fucking Tanaka and that other chick would be running the whole damn shit.
Oh man.
Nah, but for real, so the one who wrote fucking Halo 5 was Brian Reed. I don't even know what the hell he I don't even think he did anything before that. Like,
Yeah, shit
Paul
before
Crocker?
that. Oh, Paul
no, I'm
Crocker.
talking about the one who wrote Halo 5, Brian Reed. But Paul Crocker wrote the Arkham game.
Yeah, the Arkham games. Yeah, that's what Jose and Alberto said. All right, bet.
Yeah, so I mean they got
You gotta
people
remember,
over there now.
they had 5 years. Halo 5 dropped in
Exactly.
2015. They had so much time to really brainstorm and think about what they wanted to do with this game. Because you gotta remember, Halo 4 came out in 2012, and then 2 years later they dropped MCC on the Xbox One, and then a year later they dropped Halo 5. Like they were pumping out Halo games like it was nothing. And we seen what happened with that. Like, take your fucking time when making this game. They'll try.
Well, I mean, Saber
all
Interactive
this shit.
did majority of the MCC. It's just now 343 has been maintaining
a lot of
since
people
then.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't even really do
Yeah,
that.
trying to fix it up. You're trying to doctor it up. Like,
That's why I'm glad Phil did get some goddamn employees over that mother.
Yeah, man, drop the bag.
No, she said when she got the 343, it was an intern and Frank O'Connor in that motherfucker.
yeah.
Like, yo, this shit was fucked up. Bro.
I'm surprised they didn't hire Amy Henning to do on the
Wow.
project.
Yo, I
Right.
thought about that shit. I was
would've
like,
been
shit,
cool
I
with
fuck
that.
with Amy Henning.
They've been stealing everybody from Sony, man. They've been taking all those Naughty
Not on
Dog
Halo,
dudes. Like,
though.
yo,
Not
you've
on
been on
Halo.
the slave plantation. We got you, bro. Come over here.
The
Damn.
failed movie producers. Yeah.
Oh man, stop it.
The failed movie producers, everything. They coming over here to Microsoft, bro. 15 studios.
I'm gonna get
Shit,
you Death
the-
Stranding, Jay. I'm gonna get
Shit,
you
from the words on the street, they've been getting janitors too and shit. So I mean, hey, everybody.
No,
need
no,
work.
no,
water
no,
boy, everybody.
no janitors over here.
the mechanic, the
Kid,
AC
do that.
mechanic.
We got to get the failed movie producers, and we got to get the people that was on that slave plantation over there at Naughty Dog to come over here.
Oh man. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the people that
I don't know. You might not want Naughty Dog working on Halo. You might have Mistress
Hell no.
Chief instead of Master Chief.
No, you're gonna have Cortana buff as fuck, playable.
nah, they're gonna humanize her. They be like, oh, she wasn't no damn hologram. She's a human, and you know what else?
She was in a vital chamber the whole time, projecting herself.
No, you're gonna have Chick Cortana with a fucking hoodie on and some jeans. Like that's what they want.
Master Chief is a chick with a voice changer with the helmet on.
Oh man.
Oh,
Master
chill.
Chief
Yo,
Master Chief could be Ma'am Chief.
Right.
Man,
Oh
Man.
bro, like this shit don't even sound
Master
right. Like
Chief
y'all
with,
be y'all
no,
be wildin', bro.
Master Chief was Samus the whole time from Metroid.
Oh, yeah. That'd be lit though. That'd be lit, bro. Like I ain't even gonna lie. Like that'd be dope.
Yeah, that's
No,
that
I
baby
can't,
switch.
I can't wait for that July event though. I want to see what they're doing. If they come out with some
I
like
can't wait
three
either,
games like Bug Snacks or some shit, then I'm
Oh,
really gonna
no,
be
chill out,
done,
bro.
bro.
They already
Chill.
have Bug Stack. It's called Grounded.
But we don't
Hey,
even
that
know
Bug Snack
what
gonna
Bug
be fire,
Snacks play
baby.
like.
No,
But-
they
but
said
the gameplay
said
that I've
that
Yeah, go
they say it plays like Ape Escape.
okay.
That's what they say it plays like.
Damn, that's.
I'm
Hmm,
not.
that's
I'm not
interesting.
touching that game. That does not look next gen. That shit.
But I mean,
that shit
like-
looks like a PS3 game, honestly.
Yeah,
It's not
like
next gen. I think it's cross gen.
yeah, like it's just like for Grounded. Like I'll just speak on that just a little. Like for Grounded, like the gameplay that I've seen for it, like it looks like super good, like super cool and shit. Like the game that you just fuck around in. But it's just like at the same time, like Microsoft has an abundance of like like survival and like RTS shit. Like I don't know what it is. Like they love them. Like they love them fucking games. And I just be like, bro.
Matter
like,
of fact,
like
speaking on that, survival and RTS games, that's actually a good segue, Smooth, to go into the Phil Spencer interview because he was talking about his love for tactical RTS games in that interview.
Oh man.
that's
Yeah.
like
I mean, he said his personal feeling, like, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When
I'm
he
not
was talking
saying
about that was the interview where he said that when he confirmed Gears Tactics for the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
Not even small. Okay, Smooth. Like,
Hey,
we
you brought
know
it
that
up.
game was coming to this.
We knew it was coming to Xbox One. We knew it was coming
But
to
a
the
lot
Xbox.
of folks thought that it wasn't though. They were claiming that it wasn't. It was like, why isn't it coming to the Xbox? It's like, bro, like it's coming.
No, he's talking about Series X. We know it's coming to the Xbox.
It was
He's talking
never
about Series X.
formally announced to come out for the Xbox Series X. We assume obviously it's going to come to Xbox One, and then obviously it's going to be playable via backwards compatibility. and whatnot. But he was talking about how these games, you know, will be playing like on the series. He said he can't wait to play. You know, he said he's going to play Gears Tactics on the hardest difficulty on the Xbox Series X and Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series X.
The guy asked him what game is he excited to play the most out of all his first party studios, and he said Gears Tactics on the console and Flight Simulator. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but he name dropped Series X for both of those games.
Yeah, he's supposed to name an unannounced title or something. Like,
no, he wasn't going to do that. He said because he said it's an unfair question.
Who's you expecting?
Halo Infinite.
No, he told him other than Halo. He said other than Halo. The interviewer asked him other than Halo. Because that would be obviously.
I watched the whole thing. He was pretty much saying. I remember in the beginning of it, he was pretty much like, because the guy was the interviewer was actually asking pretty good questions.
Yeah.
So when he started asking him about, like, you know, there's a thing going around that, you know, Sony's first party studios are killing it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He asked Phil Spencer about that, and he pretty much said, "We're not trying to do the same thing as Sony. We're trying to make more Game Pass fodder." That's pretty much what he said.
He didn't say it. No. I think that thing was more so of like the way they treat exclusives. You know what I mean? It's just more. That's what his case. Because Phil Spencer knows that everybody be getting on his case about like games being on, you know, PC, and obviously now some of the games going to be available on the Xbox One and whatnot. So that's what he was talking about. I think it was a good interview. They talked about, he cleared up his statements about how, like, who his main competitions are, and people I don't know why people went left with that when he, you know, said Nintendo.
Because it's the internet, Smooth. You know, it's the internet.
Yeah. But my favorite part, obviously, you know, was, you know, they asked about, you know, the PlayStation reveal event, and once again, it was another event that Phil Spencer watched, and he felt good after he watched it. He said some subtle things that kind of I gotta pull it up. I gotta go to my tweet where
the quote. I have the quote right here.
He said he feels good about it. He said he feels good about the launch games that they're coming with, and all that stuff. But of course he's gonna say that.
No. That's it. No.
He's not gonna be like, oh,
nah, hold on. Let me read it.
I don't think.
Let me read it. Let me read this. Okay. I'm gonna try to get in my Phil Spencer voice if I could do it. He says,
"Fathead ass."
Yeah. Stop, you asshole. He said, "Yeah, I watched the show. I thought they did a good job. I sent Jim a note and congratulated him in this environment, trying to pull off a high production value event. It's not easy. As a competitor, it is great to have them out there now. So we kind of know what the program is. We see the device, we see the games. Just being honest, I felt good after seeing their show. I think the hardware advantages." Hold on, let me repeat that. I think the hardware advantages that we've built are going to show up when we're going to talk more about our games and frame rates. Hold on, rewind. There was like about 7 games. There was about 7. There were 7 games announced for about PlayStation that were going to be like 30 frames per second. But let me repeat that line because you guys might have lost me there. He says,
"Yeah, of course, grounded and the battery is going to be 60."
He said, "I think the hardware advantages that we've built are going to show up when we are going to talk more about our games and frame rates." I don't know why he would isolate frame rates. And in other things, 4K ray tracing. I thought the games lineup we're going to have at launch, I felt really good about that because, you know, their launch lineup is a bit anemic. He already knows that. He was like, and we got,
right? Spartan guy, it's gonna age well.
Another line, he says, and we got more clarity on what they're doing, obviously at their show, which has helped us focus on showing what we have. So I think they've done a good job. They do what they do very well, and they did that. But when I think about the position we're in with the games we're going to show with the hardware advantage that hold on, let me repeat that.
Is he reading off a script or who's he reading from?
I'm reading from the interview.
He's reading from the actual interview.
He
That's
says
exactly what he was saying.
Quick question, Smooth. How long has the Xbox One X been out?
3 years.
Nigga, that's inconsiderate. That's irrelevant right now.
Have they showed off their hardware advantage since it's been out?
In the select few games.
But why? But why would?
Rockstar?
But why would that? Why would that cancel out with the Series X?
That
could possibly.
You know, that's a good question. You know why?
Why,
Because
Bond?
everything's gonna be backwards compatible, and
But he
playable
already
on the
answered
old
that too,
Xbox.
All right, so he says, but when I think about the position we're in with the games we're going to show with the hardware advantage that we have, I think we're in a very good position. So I feel good about July. So, I mean, it's funny he highlight advantages, frame rates, games, launch lineup.
Of course, he is. Listen, I hope that July shit was fire, honestly, right? I would like Microsoft to put some type of pressure on Sony's neck, right? And I do want them to highlight, hey, all of our first party games, if it's not native 4K 60, you're gonna get a 60 frames per second option. That way to put the pressure on Sony's neck, so then Sony can give us that option too. Which I think Sony is gonna do that for some. I don't know if a lot of the games, because I do expect Microsoft to have more first party games running at 60.
I expect Microsoft to have more games overall at 60 frames per second or better.
Not third party.
Third party too. Third party too. Hey, only games that ain't gonna be 60 is Ubisoft games.
Well, it's not mandated
for Smooth.
for third
You want to
party.
bet that there's
Dynamic resolution.
no third party. There's gonna be no third party multiplat that if it's running 30 frames on the PS5, it's gonna run 60 on the Series.
I guarantee you, there's gonna be a couple multi-plats that's gonna have 100. That's gonna have 120 frames on the Xbox Series X and not 120 frames on PS5.
Let's bet. Hold up.
You don't think so?
There's already
No, Corey,
that's
don't say that. I know this. Ain't nobody fucking with the Xbox. Ain't no PlayStation fucking with no Xbox.
You talking about Dirt 5?
Hey, Dirt 5. They said they put that bad boy on the Xbox and it immediately went to 120 frames per second before they optimized it. So.
Okay, and Gran Turismo, they're talking about they're getting that.
You ain't gonna see no 240 or no damn Gran Turismo. I'll bet you that. You ain't gonna see. You about to make me start acting like fucking OBJ, bro.
Let me say this. No, Gran Turismo, that shit is a hard to run game with all those ray tracing features that you get inside there. That's taxing on the hardware. You're not gonna see like.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, there is. Did you
like
not see Digital Foundry's video? There's a lot of ray tracing reflections.
Yeah, this is
When you
ray tracing like
driving or when they was about to drive?
All right, so you clearly didn't see the screenshots I sent you. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna DM you.
When he was about to get in the car. That's
one thing.
There's rate.
If you get one of these third party games, right, and they have like the realistic look, right, like The Last of Us, right, that realism, right, and then they're gonna be pushing that shit with ray tracing and all that shit. That shit's gonna be mad taxing. The Series X ain't gonna run that shit at 4K 60.
What games that? No. Here's the thing. I don't.
No, that's where I disagree because the extra CUs are gonna help alleviate that on Series X, and that's just a known fact.
And they have ray tracing cores.
When you have that extra horsepower, when you have that extra horsepower inside of your GPU, it doesn't matter how high. Like I have a 2070 Super, right? Somebody with a 2080 Ti can clearly run ray tracing better than me because they have that extra horsepower. It doesn't matter if I can clock my shit to a faster clock speed than their fucking 2080 Ti.
Not at 4K 60.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. The ray tracing thing. I don't buy it. I don't believe any of the games on console are gonna be fully ray tracing. You're gonna have ray tracing objects. I could care. That's gonna enhance the visuals and stuff like that. So that's why I'm not like, there will be games advertised 4K 60 with ray tracing because the whole game ain't ray trace. It's gonna be like fucking
you have to
puddles and cars.
PC right now. Look at
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare has ray trace shadows. That's it. It doesn't have ray trace reflections. It doesn't have global illumination. So like people need to understand, like there's different types of ray tracing you can implement to your game. You're not gonna implement every single. You're not gonna check every box unless you're Control.
Yeah.
Like Control has literally every single ray tracing feature you can put in the game, and that shit is hard to fucking run.
That bitch. Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
my god.
Yeah,
Like it's
taxing.
ridiculous.
Super
But not
taxing.
it depends on what you want as a developer. Like if you want ray trace reflections, if you want ray trace shadows, if you want GI. But now we're seeing that you don't have to use ray trace GI with Unreal Engine 5. Like they have their own version of GI, which is less taxing on hardware.
Listen, I'm all for 4K 60 games, but if the games are shit, the games are gonna be shit at 4K 60. It's not gonna make a difference.
Right.
And it's gonna look pretty good and run pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, but if it's a shit game,
the shit is in the eye of the beholder. So
I know you're gonna cap for it. I know.
Chris is right. So if it's a bad game, it's a bad game. No amount of optimization is gonna help that shit. But at the same time, these people running with the narrative after all this after this man completely seems like a different man. This man completely seems different with this motherfucking box. And I mean, with all that money he been throwing out there, like you telling me that this dude seems like the same dude when like fucking one and like Xbox One X dropped, like you're crazy. Like his whole demeanor has changed. Like it's just different. Like it just feels fucking different. Like even how Sony's acting, it feels different.
Yeah, both companies have gone through.
We just have to wait and see. We just
we
have
do.
to wait and see.
But I don't think
That's
July's
my line,
event is
That's
gonna
my line,
fail.
Jay.
Like I don't feel like July's event is gonna fail. If they show what I'm thinking they're gonna show, and based off of the shit that we do know, like the little bit we do know, and the speculation that we're basing it off of, like the room shit. Like a lot of people said that the Series S never existed. Came out that the bitch existed, like it just hasn't been announced like properly and everything. I mean, shit's looking like real certified over there.
I hope
if
so,
you catch
man.
my drift,
We'll
like it's
They're speaking with a level of confidence for sure. There's
exactly,
confidence
like,
on both sides.
They not showing bullshit. Like I don't know.
There's gonna be some bullshit there. You know,
I'm gonna let you know this right now. Even though I like to game on Xbox, PlayStation has already showed me enough titles. Are like, all right, I'm gonna buy your shit day one and get your console.
Exactly.
What if they
Yeah,
exactly like? Hold on.
I'm waiting for Xbox. I'm waiting for Xbox.
I want to ask Coke Boy. What if they showed you personally for you? That's like day one. Like, do you want to go out?
All right,
top
so
down?
obviously Spider-Man, right?
Okay.
Horizon, even though Horizon's coming out in 2021, we already know Horizon's a banger. RE8.
They said
RE8's gonna be RE8's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
But like a lot of those games, you can't
PS5?
lie. You can't lie. I mean, you
And
never know,
RE8 is gonna
bro.
be 4K 60.
You just would have.
hey, I was on the. I don't know why they got showed me shit to be hyped for Xbox Series X. I already determined I was getting Xbox consoles ever since the Xbox 360.
I'm gonna get the Xbox. I want to see. But we can't lie. Like,
All right,
Xbox doesn't have a.
Just like PS5. Like I was gonna get a PS5 day one, but I'm glad what Sony showed at the show because I'm actually very satisfied at their offering at their year one.
Yeah, I like Sackboy 2 and Bug Snack, so they're all good.
Exactly.
I like that goofy shit.
No. See, the thing is, I wasn't talking shit. I just wanted to know what blew his mind away. My mind away was all of the middle of the road shit that everyone.
Oh yeah, the indies were really good too. Like I was able to get through my whole list, but look,
like that little devil.
I know the games.
Exactly.
I know the games. I know the games are coming with Sony. I need to know what games besides Halo Infinite are coming to Xbox. That's my thing. I'm being objective about this.
Halo Infinite.
This generation wasn't a great generation for Xbox exclusives, and that's just a fact.
Hell yeah, like that's a fact. Like
it wasn't a great generation for Xbox exclusive, but hell, it was a great generation for the console.
And they're trying and feels.
I don't care about that. It was a great ass console that played it played 90% of all the other games.
Time to show yet, bro. Like it's like, come on.
Nah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I hope this is fine.
So like, I'm gonna count that shit.
See, I'm not no freaking like smooth. Like I'm not no like salty Sony fanboy that just wants them to.
Oh, you're not. Wait. You say you're not no salty as gaming Sony fanboy?
Oh,
is that what you said?
That's not what
that's what came out of your mouth. You said salty game. You said salty as Sony.
Oh shit. Y'all gotta chill, bro. Like, y'all gotta chill.
Shout out to Salty's Game. Hey, y'all can check me out there tomorrow.
Shout out to Salty's Gaming. But here's the end of the day. And here's the thing, right? For those who wondering, I ain't got no beef with Salty, right? I just like to be the water to his fire because he be trying to start some bullshit on Twitter. And that get people riled up. And I want to just cool shit down. Because every time people see a tweet or something to make Xbox look bad, I just want to make sure I'm there to throw the fire out. So
he's clearly trolling though. Like most of the shit that he be saying is just outlandish. Like I don't take his tweets too seriously because I
don't take him serious. He's new. He's new. Nah, just because I put out the fire, just because I put out the fire doesn't mean I take it personal. I just like
no. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people. No, there's other people that will be inside his mentions that are like going hard.
You know why? Here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? And I'll get. We can get back on track after this, right? This is Salty's issue. There's these guys that come out who came on the scene as with an Xbox following. So they think about the Xbox group of people. They gravitate to you, and they're loyal. They'll watch the shit. They'll support to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So obviously they're outnumbered as a fan base, as a core, as viewers. They're outnumbered, right? So you go in there and they see a new person that's decent, good content, good opinion, sounds smart. They're gonna fuck with you, right? So
like you and Neo GameSpark.
So what happened was when Salty turned over that leaf, like the people like the MBGs and all that stuff, what it does, it just put a sour taste in their mouth because it's not like, oh man, I fuck with PlayStation, this shit's good. It's the whole anti-Xbox rhetoric that drives people fucking nuts. So that's what turns people away, and that's Salty's problem. So now Salty has all these people that used to fuck with him that now can't stand his guts because he took on this mantra that's just not.
Oh no, you're wrong. They can't stand his guts not because of that. It's not his fault that Phil Spencer's trash.
No, but he's not authentic. Is the issue here? Is just that, like, I mean, you
hold
up. You boast like a bunch of shit, right? Like, and you just got the motherfucking box, and it's just like, holy shit! It's just like he wasn't even on that soapbox like that at first. You get what I'm saying? And like that's the issue. Like Salty Crap, MDG, clout. Like they just want niggas to jiggle their balls. Like no homo. Like that's just what it is. Like that's just like like it's okay to like all these fucking platforms. It's just like dudes just love niggas to come and just jiggle them. Like it is like, yeah, bro, like you like PlayStation 2, son. Like I'ma slob you. Like it's just like that shit's it's unnecessary, bro. And it's just like you trashing shit that like you obviously fucked with at one point at a time. Like it's just, I mean, I don't know. Like that shit's whack to me.
When I first came to YouTube, there were 10 Xbox fanboys for every one PlayStation fanboy.
Bullshit. Like that's
not bullshit.
I remember that.
The 360 era. The 360 era. Nah.
360 era was crazy.
Like shit. I wasn't in this shit. Like I didn't watch YouTube like that in the 360 era, so I don't know.
I've been here since 2009.
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about that.
I'll tell you this: that there were 10 Xbox fans for every PlayStation fan. The Nintendo fans were the laughing stock of everything because of the Wii and then the Wii U. But slowly but surely, from the end of the Xbox 360 generation into the PlayStation 4 is when the tide turned.
That shit flipped.
And for obvious reasons.
I just got into it and I just heard. I didn't even know that this was a fucking thing, bro. Like, 'cause I just bought consoles and played games. So like once I figured out that people were like segmented, like segregation or some shit, it was like niggas over here repping blue, like it was like some gang shit. I was just like, I don't even know what these dudes talking about. So I just went to people that were funny or like who could inform me. Like that's where I went to. So like there was a time in which like should I listen to crap or like it was around like
or you said kind of people that can inform you. The first thing I ever
no, I didn't hold up because I didn't know. So like I just thought like, I mean, when he dropped shit, I was like, all right, I need to know what's happening in shit. Like I wasn't digging into it like that. So like shit, there was a time for that. But then after I just kept seeing that he just dropped video after video after video after video of bullshit, I was just like, yeah, this ain't the guy that I need to be like going to for information and shit. You feel me?
How long
So like
did it take you to figure that out? Out of curiosity.
Nah, shit, it didn't take me that long, bro. Like after he dropped I don't know, but it wasn't long. Like, I can tell you that.
What he dropped that made you realize?
No, like he dropped like fucking 10 videos in a day, and like it was almost like the same shit. Like it was almost like the same shit that he was dropping. He was just like saying it in a different way. I was like,
I know all the YouTubers that do the same shit. It's pretty trash when they do that. They don't make any like new content. They just keep on dropping like 3 to 4 videos a day talking about the same shit.
But it's just laid out differently, shit. And I thought that shit was trash. Then I found Smooth, and he was just funny. Like, so I just went to him for funny shit.
You went from Craft to Smooth,
bruh.
Hey,
I'm
entertaining, bruh. Like you can't deny that Smooth is not entertaining. Smooth is entertaining. Like,
yeah, Smooth is
funny.
entertaining.
He's
Smooth
funny.
my favorite best spot. Smooth my favorite bot.
Son, like he's. I didn't even know that shit was a thing. Like fucking Xbots and ponies. I was like, I didn't even know what that was, bro. So.
I mean,
like that because them other X. I can listen. Like I'll listen around. I listen to Smooth. I listen to a bunch of other Xbox. But there's just certain ones, the ones that like spew so much misinformation and they take it seriously and stuff like that. Those are the ones I can't stand, right?
No, there's some Sony guys on Twitter that spew some misinformation.
Oh, absolutely.
No, like the fucking dude. Did you see what I sent? The guy that was like,
I called out
there was
J-Tech, right? I called out.
I don't even care about J-Tech.
I called out the Omega Zio guy, his fraud ass, right?
There's somebody else on there that's like spreading this misinformation about RDNA 3 and Zen.
Craig Harris. Craig Harris. Craig Harris.
I don't have a narrative.
Oh, it's Craig. I don't know.
It's Craig Harris.
That was shit.
But remember, I was the one,
bro.
I was the one telling the PlayStation fans. I remember when the whole 13 teraflops rumor started coming out. Remember when I said, yo, stop spreading this bullshit and just wait for the fucking specs to come out.
Wait for the specs to come
out.
out.
All bullshit. Like I don't even.
And then these dudes are saying. I was like, all right, you saying RDNA 3 and Zen 3 features, name it to me, right? They're naming shit that applies to GPU architectures, not even CPU architectures, and they're taking shit that these YouTubers are talking about and misquoting them entirely.
Yeah,
because a lot of the video, I watch a lot of the same YouTubers as well, and
like
what they're doing is
they're shit like that.
They're speculating on a lot of features that might come into future CPU and GPU architectures. They don't have any concrete information. It's just speculation based on rumors. But they're taking that information, misconstruing it, and saying it as fact. Like, what are you saying? And you can't even name me a specific feature. It's not even in production. It's in design.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't even acknowledge those. Whenever I see that shit, just it's the same way. When there's people saying, the PS5 is only RDNA or 1.5 and it's not full.
Yeah,
like it has DRS and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that it has RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 is not even out yet.
Retarded, bro.
Yeah.
Who?
No, dude in the chat, like he's just like, we'll create a safe space for you. I don't need a safe space. I don't entertain this fanboy shit, B. Like you reaching like real hard.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's
like you gonna hurt yourself.
I'm gonna tell you guys every time I talk about the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 and the start of the next generation, I'm just happy to be present for it because when it was the Xbox One and Xbox, and PS4, it was cleanup crew. I came in like early 2014 and shit like that, right? At least on YouTube. So it was just but now to be here when it's starting and then I can talk my shit. Oh, I'm gonna talk my shit, and it just happened. I feel really good. I feel really good about Xbox coming into this generation. Like,
watch him be let down again.
How good do you feel?
Oh, here we go. You talking about that money? Good? You feel real good to put money up to?
I mean, I feel good. Like,
how good is good?
Good is good.
That's why you want to be on the podcast.
Hold on. What do you feel good about? Like, what specifically?
I feel good about the console, about what it's capable of, the games that's going to come out for it, and the reception of it.
Talk about these games.
Yeah. What about them? Oh, the games the games that we're going to see in July.
Yeah. Oh, So when you're talking, you're excited about games you don't even know about yet?
Yup, that's the biggest thing. Hey, before the PS5 reveal, people were hyping fucking Spider-Man 2, God of War 2. Yeah, they were.
No, they were. Like, they were when up Horizon.
Trash of us and Ghost of Tsushima.
No, for PS5.
Like,
No,
we
we
were
hyping up. No, we were hyping up the
like,
PS5, but that's
everybody
because
was
we have.
speculating that Horizon was going to be mentioned. So,
Yes,
like,
speculating, and it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No,
Some people will come out left field.
No,
They
we
brought
were
every
hyping up the
sequel.
PS5.
They said every sequel.
They said Silent Hill was going to be there.
Over announcements.
They said God of War was going to be there. They said Silent Hill. They were bringing out everything. I'm saying no.
Who?
This man is hype over announcements.
Man, I'm hype over next gen. I can't wait for it.
You want to bet money on Perfect Dark again?
You, Bond, don't do it this time.
Are they
gonna tell Bond not to do it? He's gonna do it.
Are they gonna announce a Perfect Dark in July?
I don't want Bond to do this either.
Yes, they will.
I mean,
they're going to announce a Perfect Dark game in July.
Yeah, it will be revealed some shape or fashion. Yes.
Let me talk to your wife about your betting contingents, and we'll get back to
you. Oh man.
Yo, my man just asked what's next gen Xbox games. Like even at that third party showing, like there were like console exclusives there,
the
Medium and Scorn. So it was like, I mean, that's
Scorn. I'm not really hyped about. I've seen a little bit.
Second
of
Extinction as well.
That
Second Extinction as well.
Yeah, Second Extinction. I'm not really fucking. But this is like
what are trash ass games you guys are talking about? I've never even heard of them.
What are you talking about? Scorn, bro?
Scorn? What the hell is Scorn?
No, Scorn is
all right, bro.
It's a PC game, Bond, that's coming to the Series X. To me personally, it doesn't really look that good.
Better yet, who the hell is Ebb Software?
What does it?
I don't know.
That's the people that make some.
I know they're making Scorn. What else have they made? They don't even have a Wikipedia page.
No, it's an indie game. Bond is independent developer.
Bruh,
so I gotta look at their back catalog to see that this game is something that interests me. So I gotta check out their back catalog.
Hold on, I thought you guys used to make fun of Sony and the indies.
What is he talking? What? Holy shit!
No,
like,
not
bro,
Boy. He loves indies. He's the
like,
indies
I
guy
love games, bro. Like, period. So like,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the rest of these, bro.
Hey! These ain't those pixel bit indies, bro. These are some quality indies.
Scorn ain't an old ass game. There was a demo released like a brick ago. Like, it hasn't even been like officially released. Like, so it was like a demo, just like that fucking, what was that?
Bright Infinite. That's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Bright Infinite memory was good.
With the alien statue dildos, isn't it?
Yeah, with the alien.
Yeah. With the
alien
HR Geiger type of shit.
Yeah, that shit doesn't. If you're interested in it, that's cool. But to me personally, that doesn't interest me.
If you drop $400-$500 to play something like that, oh my god!
I'll drop $500 to play indie games that look like that. But like I said, we're gonna see the real shit in July.
Yeah, so I'm not supposed to drop money to play that. The game looked good, like just like the Medium. As far as we know, the shit sounds good to me. So I'm not supposed to.
I'm actually interested in the Medium.
I don't know why people are stunting like games like Hellblade and The Plague Tale didn't look good. Those were both indie titles, bro.
Yo, somebody said that Scarlet Nexus is gonna run at dynamic resolution 30 FPS on PS5.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because it's gonna hit that native shit on Xbox.
I might have to buy a new mask for this coming generation. Jesus.
Oh shit.
Oh man,
I'm telling you, and I know Chris. Everybody on the PlayStation side, want those options. They just hoping that everybody does with Demon's Souls and give them the option of 60 frames per second or higher resolution. And on the Xbox side, we gonna have them shits both in one mode, so we don't need options when we got them standard.
That's why I'm hoping that Xbox.
I heard this.
Marcus, you're wrong. Because
on the
Scorn
PlayStation
isn't going
5
to be on Xbox.
But in PlayStation 5,
we heard the same with Xbox One.
Wait. Let me address Bond, and Chris, I'll let you finish. Let me address Bond. Bond, I spoke 3 years too early. That's why.
Smooth, if you really wanted the Xbox to be a success, you would say it's a failure because whatever you say, the exact opposite happens.
All right, the Xbox One was a failure. Bring on the Xbox Series X.
No,
it was a failure.
You would start making videos saying the new Xbox Series X is going to be a failure.
No, that's stupid. No, I don't want to know. That would be dumb. Then I would.
Do you guys know the story about the Eagles and Nick Foles deep throating Tom Brady and beating them in the Super Bowl?
Oh man,
hold up! Did he just say deep throat?
Oh yeah, Big Dick Nick put it down, Tom Brady.
Yo, what?
Do you know the story about how the Eagles won the Super Bowl? Do you know?
Bill Belichick bench one of the.
No. As soon as the Eagles won the NFC Championship game, I told BG in DMs that the Eagles I just guaranteed the Eagles win in the Super Bowl. And he goes, how did you do that? I'm like, I bet Smooth that the Eagles will win.
I think if
automatic W. Once Smooth puts his faith behind something, it fails. Look at Mixer. Smooth destroyed Mixer too.
Yeah, this man is
Smooth destroys everything he puts his faith behind. That's what I'm saying. If you want Xbox to win, if you want Xbox to win, just put your faith behind PlayStation.
I've said this last podcast. I said that I want Sony to be on their A game to put that pressure on Microsoft so that they can actually come out with a way better product and better launch.
No, Microsoft I've said this on multiple occasions. Sony.
I don't need them to win. I need them to be better.
I need them to be way better than Xbox One because Xbox One was a disappointment.
It's a disappointment, but damn, this is one hell of a console. The Xbox One X is probably the best console I've ever owned. Sure, PlayStation has dropped some of the best games this entire generation. I'm not gonna. That's fine, but the Xbox is the best console I've ever experienced.
But it's a console without games.
It has games. It just don't have PlayStation's games.
What is a car without gas?
No, see, and that's the thing where it's like I'm so far detached from just like these new gamers where it's just like if it's not some crazy AAA banger type bullshit, then it's not a game at all. And it's just like so you discount like indies, AA's, and they could give you like amazing above AAA experiences, but it's just like if the budget isn't some big ass budget, then it's just like that game just doesn't exist. And it's just like, I hate that narrative.
You could be an Xbox person just like Xbox because it's called Xbox and for no other reason.
And that, bro, hey, yo.
No, I have all of my, like, I have like a bunch of games. Yeah, like the features and a bunch of games on my console. So it's like, I'm just not about to throw out like all this cash I've invested into the console. I have like hundreds of games on Xbox.
Cash you invested? If you don't like it anymore, stop putting money into it and get something better.
No, I never said I don't like my Xbox. I just need them to do better. Just like if I get a PlayStation, I'm gonna play the games that I want to play on that
that's
PlayStation.
Not what you
Am
said.
I wrong?
You just said you're not gonna stop investing money when you put
No, I said
into it.
I'm not going to throw my console out because I have invested money into it. You get what I'm saying? I have like hundred some games into it.
Why people throw or buy it, trade in, buy it? That never means. If you buy it, you might as well hold on to it.
Yeah. See, I don't have my fucking my PS4. You get what I'm saying? Shit, I never traded it into none of that shit. You get what I'm saying? Shit, because I just wanted to play games.
Oh yeah, I traded in many PlayStation 4s.
It's moving hard. It's like 10 Xboxes and 10 PlayStations each.
Yeah. No, but this Xbox Series X, I'm probably gonna keep it. That shit looking like a souvenir. Same thing with the PlayStation.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because you're gonna send it to me.
As soon as Series X dropped, I'm throwing on my Xbox One because all my Xbox One games are going to be on there.
Yeah,
I cannot stand my fat Xbox.
Yeah, because once you have the Series X, you actually don't need the other old consoles. Unlike the PlayStation, you might need that shit.
I'm making a video. I'm making a video. I'm taking that shit and I'm smashing that shit.
So now I hear what you're saying, Smooth. So yeah, now I will need that Xbox One X by August then. Or actually, I should say by the end of July then.
All right, fair enough.
Because you're going to hold that bitch all the way up until the Series X come out.
No, I don't mind getting... The Xbox One X, it's not an issue. That's fine. Like, whatever. The Xbox... I don't even know if I'm going to use the Xbox One X to get to buy the Series X. As soon as the Series X pre-orders come up, I mean, who's the guarantee? I'm not likely to go to games. I might order that shit right from my Xbox One X. Because you can do that. on Xbox. You buy the console right from a console.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, so when I
getting that
get
shit from Best Buy, though,
like
for
the
the
Series
rewards.
X, I could definitely toss it to my little brother because he wants an Xbox. You get what I'm saying? Like, he actually wants an Xbox,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
a
has
good
like
use
his
for
little
it.
tower and a PS4 and all that shit. Like, he got all that. So it's just like, I mean, why can't niggas just play games, bro? Like, it's beyond.
Not everybody
Like,
has games.
I mean, but like, okay. So like, so let me get this straight. So like, all the hundreds of games I have on my console aren't games. That's what you're saying.
Well, you know, new games come out every month, and you know, not everybody gets new games.
I don't know, man. Just play what you like. Games is games. To me personally, the PlayStation offers more games that I want to play. Right, the type of games that I want to play. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? From the Spider-Man to the God of Wars, plus all of the Japanese support.
Miles and Aloy.
I'm about to Miles and Aloy. I'm about to get on that Trails of Cold Steel 1 bond. You know what I mean? After this Last of Us, so
I finished Xenoblade and Future Connected last.
yeah, I finished Xenoblade. Yep, I just finished Xenoblade downgrade edition on the Switch.
Damn.
Yo, I have a question. Have you guys played Code Vein yet?
No.
Yeah. So I played a little bit of it. I like it.
A beta.
It's on Steam. It's on sale. I'm debating if I should buy that game.
How much is it on Steam?
It's $35.
Nope.
Damn.
Hold up, what is it?
It's usually
Code Vein.
$60.
It's anime souls.
No, I'm here. Should I play it?
Speaking of which, let me check my wish list real quick, because you know, Smooth.
Yeah, look at that shit, man.
The Trails of Cold Steel 4 on your wish list.
Oh yeah,
what this man is
so
talking about the best game.
So let me check my wish list, see what's on.
Matter of fact, Kofi, he just gave me I had to make a Japanese account for it, but he just gave me a Trails of Cold Steel 4 Japanese theme on the PlayStation.
Why?
Today. Huh?
Why would he give the Japanese version?
No, the theme, like the background, like the theme,
Oh.
not the actual game.
Yeah, but
Nice,
How is
nice.
Red Dead still 60 on Steam?
it's still. Oh damn.
I have no
This
idea,
is
bro.
$30 on PlayStation.
It's on
What,
Game
Code
Pass. It's on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, I'm not playing because I still got the base Xbox. I'm not playing Red Dead on base Xbox.
Oh damn.
So you got the fat. So you got the fat.
Oh
Yeah, I got the fat-
shit.
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And you no, but you know,
PlayStation you
but you
got?
know, no. You want to know why I never got a One X? Because I got a fucking beast PC, bro.
Exactly.
Damn, you got all up in the mic's throat to say that shit. Like,
Yeah, like he was
PC.
What
he
PlayStation
was
you
hard
have?
with that tone. Like he was hard with it.
Yo, what PlayStation you have?
I bought the base model PS4 for like $150 off for somebody earlier in the year.
Bro,
the base model
when
is-
you go from that base
and the
model
Series
Xbox
X.
One to the Series X, woo, like,
Or to that PS5. And here's the thing. This is why this shit doesn't fucking like this whole like pixel counting and this is native and this is dynamic or whatever, bro. I put on the Last of Us 2 on my PlayStation 4 Pro, Final Fantasy 7 remake on my PS4 Pro. I'm sure Ghost of Tsushima is gonna look amazing, and I'm looking at this shit like, yo, these fucking amazing, and my PS5 games are gonna look much better than this. I don't give a fuck if that shit's fucking dynamic, Nate. I don't give a fuck if it's gonna look better
I
than
do
what
want
it
my
looks
games.
like.
I do want my games to
That
run at
shit doesn't
4K.
bother
That's the
me.
only thing. Because like
You know
I have
why?
a
Because
4K TV.
I can't tell me personally unless Digital Foundry tells me or unless
nah,
somebody
I
tells
can
me.
tell for a moment.
I can't
No,
tell.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this.
For me, that's I'm saying.
When God of War is,
I can't tell native fucking 4K and dynamic 4K. All I know is that this shit looks fucking amazing, and I'm happy.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. When God of War and Spider-Man came out in 2018, was one of those rare times I had two PlayStation 4s at the same time. I had a Pro and I had a Slim. I had the Slim hooked up to the TV in the living room. Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, I know, and that's why I did. I was like, all right, there is a difference. Like,
I'm sure. I'm sure if you switch back and forth between the two consoles, you're gonna tell a difference. But I'm talking about like whether one is native 4K or dynamic 4K.
Yeah, the casual wasn't gonna tell a difference. But like, all right, this is a perfect example. I played Destiny 2 on PC. I've been playing Destiny 2 at 1080p, 75 hertz for like the longest. I got a 1440p monitor, which is 78% more pixel count than 1080p, and it's 144 native refresh rate, right? When I turn my settings up on ultra, there's a noticeable difference in terms of asset quality in the game and the way it's displayed on my display, because
Absolutely.
at 1080p, when you turn all those settings, no difference between switching a setting from high to ultra at 1080p. You don't have enough pixels on your screen to actually show you that quality difference. And that's why I don't get why these dudes get like 2080 Ti's playing at 1080p.
Yeah.
You're bottlenecking your experience with your display. That makes no fucking sense
Hold on.
to me at all.
Let me clear. From 1080p to 4K, I noticed the difference right away. Like when I got my 4K TV, I was like, damn, this shit is like mad clean, right? I noticed the difference right away. What I'm saying is, if I'm putting The Last of Us 2 and they're telling me, oh, this is just dynamic 4K, but it's running on my 4K TV, right? Or if it was native 4K, this shit looks fucking amazing either way. Like I'm not gonna like,
PlayStation does with their games. Sorry to interrupt. Is that when it comes to the Pro and the base PlayStation, there's only really a resolution difference because the graphical settings on both are set to whatever level it can hit, and then whatever that is just a resolution change between it. That's what I noticed about PlayStation games, the difference between those games. Whereas Xbox, there's typically graphical setting differences, like where like it's not just 900p on Xbox One in the same game. I think they only did that with like one game, and that was like fucking Sea of Thieves. But on like other games, is like Gears and shit. There's like complete graphical setting differences, because obviously there's things the Xbox One wasn't capable of visually. And then obviously in some cases with the frame rate improvement. So yeah, on PlayStation side, you're not going to notice the difference because they usually don't change the graphical settings because they pretty much hit this peak that they're able to do, and then all they really need to do is a resolution.
But they look better. It looks better on the Pro though.
Oh yeah, because you're seeing it at a higher resolution.
You're generating more pixels.
Not just high resolution, but it's more. But I agree with Vogito, right? It's definitely about the textures, right? The texture and the lightings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because both of these consoles are going to be upscaled. If the game is not running at native 4K, they're going to give you an upscale image to 4K, and you're still going to get that clean 4K image. So it's going to be all about the lighting, the textures, and all that shit.
To Mark Shapiro, he says that need to have a good HDR 144 hertz. Yes, that's definitely a must. But one thing about HDR on PC, it is garbage. HDR on PC is fucking horrendous. It is an unoptimized mess, and it's mainly because of Windows. Now on console, Xbox and PS4 handles HDR amazingly. You might have to in your TV settings, but because multiple TV sets, you have your SDR settings that you can set for like your colors and your brightness and stuff, and then you have your HDR settings depending on what you're doing, whether it's HDR10, Dolby Vision, right? So you have that. On PC, you don't have those settings. Everything's HDR10, but when you go into your settings to enable HDR, the colors are washed out and it's dim. And there's so many different ways, like there's so much troubleshooting you have to do just to get it to work on PC, and I just don't use it because my monitor itself is quantum dot, so it already shows the colors off good enough. And there's certain games where you can go in the settings of the game itself and swap the settings to HDR, like Destiny. But it looks even more washed out than SDR. So HDR on PC, in my opinion, from what I've seen, my personal experience, is garbage compared to consoles.
Yeah. Shout out to Xbox Series X for auto HDR.
Definitely. I definitely. As long as to me, it's like as long as the shit that I upgrade to, right, the shit that I get next is better than the shit I have now, I'm happy with it because I've said it before. I got the Xbox One at launch. Over the PS5, even though it was $100 more with Force Connect, and it was weaker, right? It had lower resolution games and everything like that. Why? Because I really wanted to play Killer Instinct and Dead Rising. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of those people who's like, I'm gonna be pixel counting, and that's gonna be my decision. Because if I'm really worried about that, I just upgrade my PC graphics card. That way, I can choose whatever frame rate or resolution I want.
See, because I don't want a PC. Like, I don't give a fuck about PC. So it's just like, I mean, either one that I buy is just like PS5, Xbox Series X, whatever. It's just like it really does show that like the artists over over for like Sony games and everything, like they could definitely do fucking work with lesser. So like the thing is that so the thing is that what if you gave those people actually more to do with? And it's like you got good artists and like who could do those hand drawn animations and facial animations and shit like that. It's just like, what if you gave them more to work with? And so like that's what I'm excited to see. Like I'm excited to see like the new talent that got acquired this year by Microsoft. But I'm also excited to see what the artists over at Naughty Dog pull off. Like I'm excited to see what like Santa Monica does, because like the shit that they pull off on that weak shit is like they got a console that's like double, triple that coming out. Is like, I mean, this shit is exciting. So it's just like I'm excited for both, because it's just like crazy. Yeah,
I think you're gonna see a huge improvement from indies and AA games, like because development on those consoles is gonna be much more easier. Due to them saying that, hey, like the learning curve, learning how to go from Xbox One or PS4 to PS5 and Xbox Series X isn't gonna take that long like previous generations. It's gonna be easy to learn it. So, and then you got people like, and
then you got manufacturers like Xbox. Their dev kit, their new dev kit is literally 4 consoles in one. Because you go from the Xbox Series X dev kit, you could program for Series X, and then of course with the leak today, obviously Lockhart, Xbox One X and Xbox One S, and those tools are actually improved and allows Xbox One games to be tooled better for more efficiency. So there, for a brief moment before these games die off on Xbox One, there's going to be an improvement on performance because they're being developed on the Series X dev kits.
Nobody said that something looks better than Red Dead 2 on the Xbox One. I don't know what the guy's talking about.
No, they did. No, he's not talking to us. He's talking to Manny dude, I think.
Emery.
Yeah. He didn't add nobody, so I didn't know he was talking.
No, they're having like an argument in the
chat.
It was going on for like a good 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, see, this has been going on for a minute. I just.
Vegito makes a great point. Like, why? Like, I get the PC argument that people always make, and like, not everybody's gonna be like some of us in the chat where we can drop like $500-$700 on the graphics card, just to achieve that level of performance or build an entire PC. Like, for my entire setup, I dropped $2,500. Not everybody has that ability to do that. You can easily. Yes, like if you want something quick, like bro, like you can spend $500 on a Series X or a PS5, assuming that they're at those price points, and still get similar performance to what I have in my rig. So that's the convenience of gaming on console.
The next card that I upgrade on my PC, for my PC, I just want to do 1440p 120 frames. That's the level.
That's not hard.
That I want
it's not hard.
PC.
I mean, I'm doing 1440p 60 plus frames on an 1800X and a 1070. I'm still good.
Yeah,
but I probably will upgrade the GPU.
Because people were like, 1440p on like a smaller monitor, like like a 27-inch monitor. That shit looks fucking crazy. Like that shit.
Yeah, I have 1440p on the 27-inch, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a 10-bit panel, HDR, quantum dots, 144 hertz, like silky smooth on the 2070 Super.
Yeah, on a huge TV, like a 60-inch or whatever, it might not look that crazy. I mean, still good, but once you put it like for some reason like smaller TVs or smaller monitors makes like the resolution looks better than on a bigger TV.
It depends. Like once you go past 75 inches in 4K, what you're doing is that you're blowing up that image and you're overcropping it. A lot of
shit, I heard that before.
That's why I say 65 is a hard. Yeah, 65 is a hard cutoff. For me, when I recommend TVs to people, like 65 is the biggest you want to go for 4K, and that's why 8K is becoming more of a thing. They're pushing 8K for bigger sizes. It's like that 75, 85 inch size. They're pushing 8K for that because you don't lose that detail because you have so many pixels on that display.
It's very rare. Titans that are on that.
Yeah, that's why we're nowhere near gaming at 8K.
Like that shit is just pointless to me. Like 4K is fine.
Yeah.
Talk about
4K is not even the standard yet.
Like I'm just saying, like you got to get like a bigger TV to fit all of that 8K in there for it to be like really utilized.
That's what.
So
that's why I honestly think, even though I don't want this to happen again, but I honestly think we're gonna get a refresh. We're gonna get a PS5 Pro, and then we're gonna get a a Series X Pro or whatever they decide
like they
to call
already
it.
said they ain't
And
doing it, like,
because now, since they're gonna start getting 4K TVs in the market, and then in a couple years they're gonna get more affordable, right? And Sony's in the TV market, so Sony's gonna want to get a console to take, just like they did with the PS4
but their
Pro.
console already takes advantage of that. Like the PS5 already
Yeah,
takes
but not
advantage of that. So
comfortably. Not
No.
comfortably.
Now think about 4K. 4K is not hard to get into right now.
I'm talking about 8K. 8K.
Well, AK is not going to be a
Did I say
a
4K?
big thing
I meant
for
8K.
consumer. Yeah,
ain't nobody about to
AK
get.
right now. AK
Not right
is
away.
a gimmick. I
Yo,
see
some
no
man buy
no
an
point.
8K TV, you crap. Like,
No,
Well,
I see.
not right now, but in a couple
no.
years
Just
they're gonna
people
get affordable. That's what I'm.
Man,
Just like
fuck
4K.
because
Just like 4K
AK right
TVs.
AK right now is a big gimmick. If you buy an AK TV at 55 inches, you just wasting money right there.
You're stupid because there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing.
There's no
supporting
content
it.
in AK.
Mhm.
You can't stream in AK because there's no AK content unless there's somebody independent like YouTube or something. But they're not filming in AK anything like
Yeah,
that.
I'm hit.
AK sets are upscaling 4K content to AK, and it's
Yeah,
not
so
that.
when I got my
not that
4K like shit TV, that was like just like I think it was like a year before the Series X dropped, and it was
Mhm.
like all right. So I had like the Pro and shit like that. So like it's just like they should be like affordable now.
No, 4Ks
That
are
shit is-
affordable, especially when you work around sales. You just got to know which kind
Yeah.
of 4K you
Bro,
want to
you
get.
can get a cheap. I got a cheap 50 a cheap 55 4K inch TV
Mhm.
Vizio with HDR for like I was on sale for like $300.
I
This is
spent
not
like
affordable
four
now.
something for a
You know what I
55
mean?
inch
This is not
Vizio
the
M
best,
series with
but
HDR.
it gets its job done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still gets the job done. Like I mean, some people sticklers for like that high quality shit.
Yeah, they want that OLED $2,000 OLED.
Yeah, I can't afford that, so I'm
Yeah,
about
nah.
to get this right here.
I would definitely tell
Like,
people like the upcoming holidays, definitely go on like the Amazons, Best Buys, Targets, and
mhm.
look at some of these 4K TVs. Start adding that shit to your wish list now because when those sales hit, they hit crazy. Like I remember last Black Friday,
Yeah.
these TVs were like $500-$700 off, and people were buying them.
Exact shit, I got mine
Yeah.
for sale. Shit, it was
TVs,
like
yeah.
the $300-$400 around like the
Especially
holiday.
55s,
So,
like Vizio, Hisense, even some of the Samsung TVs are great
Yeah.
values for what you get.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
got a Samsung, and that joint hits everything like fucking Uncharted 4, Lost Legacy, fucking to Gears 5, like in like
Oh,
Red Dead,
yeah.
all look phenomenal.
H9G
Like,
looks
it-
amazing. Yeah, Hisense H9G
Yeah,
definitely
that shit's
looks amazing.
retarded.
That's a great TV. H8 looks nice as well. If you don't want 120, definitely get the H8. The H8
Yeah,
is
the
a
high
good
sense.
option.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the things I was looking at because it was getting good reviews. Because Hisense,
They've been doing really good
you
these past
get
years.
you get good bang for your buck. They're not too
Mhm.
expensive. but they
Hisense?
are-
Wait. You just said Hisense?
Yeah, no, Hisense
Hisense.
making really good
Hisense
TVs
is good.
now.
Yeah, I heard they are. Like,
Real? I mean TCL,
that
but
finesse
Hisense,
move?
bruh? Hisense?
Hisense.
Yeah, Hisense is.
Are they like
good.
exclusively sold at like fucking Walmart or some shit like that or Target?
No, but you don't want the Walmart. Yeah, for the Walmart brand, like for some reason, like the shit you get at Walmart, like the brand, for some reason their models are
cheaper.
different.
It's the cheaper units. That's why.
Yeah,
they sell
you gotta go to
sell
Best Buy.
ultra models. Yeah, you have to go to Best Buy and actually buy like the H8 and the H9. Those are the higher end model Hisense TVs. The same thing like Vizio. Like you don't want to buy a V series or a D series Vizio. You want P series, M series. Those are the top two of the line that they come out with their TVs every single year.
Okay, I mean I'll check into that, but yeah, we're gonna have to get out of here because
real quick, we gotta Okay, so we didn't touch on the which I don't think we should really go over this, but apparently the creative director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla got caught up in some scandal about cheating on his wife or something like that. I don't know the
That's his
story.
fucking fault. Why?
Yeah.
But hold on. But apparently he stepped down from creative director for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now the only way I bring this up is because yesterday we got some super fire gameplay for Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm here to tell you right now, you lost that bet Ghost of Tsushima is gonna get a higher Metacritic score.
It probably won't. You know why? You know what's gonna happen? Because a lot of those. This is why you know why it's not gonna do it. Because there's a lot of and it's not gonna get that high of a score because of The Last of Us, right? Some of the reviews.
I don't think it's gonna get higher score than The Last.
No, because some of the reviews on The Last of Us were fraudulent, and even some of the scores didn't, for some reason, didn't even translate to Metacritic yet. They're gonna take that shit out on Ghost of Tsushima.
No. Ghost of Tsushima is gonna get more love than The Last of Us. It is. Got a whole bunch of hate. Ghost of Tsushima is not gonna get the same amount of hate.
No, they said that Ghost in there, like they showing cheeks and shit, so you never know.
Ghost doesn't have the perception. Ghost doesn't have that negative perception surrounding the game.
This guy got caught swallowing dick pills and cheating on his wife.
Whoa!
Like,
yeah. What?
Yeah, but I don't understand why. I don't know why they're trying
familiar.
I don't know why they're trying to me too him on that bullshit. Like it's a fucking like that's personal. I don't care. He doesn't have to apologize to anyone but his wife. That's not something that should be public.
But it can't like that type of shit. Like it affects. Like I mean, you see how that.
Whose role model is he?
Like, not like I mean, like it's just like people love this purity shit. So they love everybody to be like upstanding, like they've never fucked up, or like they've never done anything.
Oh,
like,
you make video games. You can't make mistakes in your personal life because you make video games because you're a studio head.
They carry that mantra across anything, bro. You can be a fucking janitor, like you cheat, like they gonna be trying to toss you out.
Yeah, like, let me be a freaking an athlete or somebody that the public likes, and I do something dumb on my end that has nothing to do with my career, and let somebody tell me I'll backhand the shit out of somebody talking to me.
I swear, because they want people in all of these places to be like upstanding and to represent the industry.
Fuck out of here.
So shit is just like, hold up, who talking about Paper Mario?
No, somebody in the chat.
Somebody in the chat.
Speaking of that, I actually want that game though. Real
no, look. To Chris's point, Ghost of Tsushima is gonna score higher than Valhalla. I'll bet any kind of money. That game is going to be a better game than Valhalla.
I'll say that it will look better than Valhalla, but it's not going to be a better game. That's just going to be slow,
to be a
boring,
better game.
I've
been saying this since we've seen it.
Play yesterday, my guy.
Bro,
did you see that shit?
Yeah, that shit looks stiff.
That shit.
Yeah, right.
That shit is going to be fire. I'm telling you. Like what?
Wow, did you see it, Corey? When I sent it?
Listen,
yeah.
Is it? Do you think Valhalla is gonna score higher than Ghost of Tsushima?
Who you asking?
I'm asking Smooth.
Absolutely. I believe so.
No,
absolutely.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Why would you ask me if I think? Like what the fuck?
Because
you asked me what I think.
If you, all right, let's bet. You want to bet on this? Let's go. Come on. I'm gonna put the money.
I don't know. Paper Mario made the.
Wait, you guys look at this bullshit. You guys are hyped.
You can bet a $60 game.
No, I'm not hyping up anything. I'm just.
No, I'm talking to Chris. He's like, you see that snippet? You see this snippet? That shit look clunky as hell. Like that shit look really fucking suspect. But graphically, it looks awesome.
You such a hater.
Graphically, it looks awesome, but that shit
because it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Nah, not because of
your little microscope.
No, I got no microscope, dude. I only judge.
But Xbox exclusive, you completely.
Hey, I'm telling you, that game is going to be nothing but pure heat.
Yep. I think it's going to be pure heat at like an 84. No, it is already proven that it was downgraded. But anyway, it's going to be.
Last of Us 2 was downgraded. That shit was downgraded.
Yeah.
Wait. You talking about downgrades? Yo, isn't Ubisoft the king of downgrading everything?
Yeah, but I'm not hyping Valhalla for its visuals because I haven't even seen real visuals of Valhalla. I just know it's going to be good.
Oh my God.
No, this is what's going to happen, right?
He just means like it's a.
It's going to be a better game. It's going to be 84 to 87, bro.
Ubisoft shows you a demo of every game running on like a fucking 20. Yo, like they show you the game running on a Titan, and then like 6 months later, that shit looks like straight garbage. Like, come on.
This is how I know for a fact that Ghost of Tsushima is gonna be higher than Valhalla because Smooth is betting on it, and we know Smooth's batting average on a bet.
Man,
what's his average, Bond?
Fucked up.
What's his average, Bond? Smooth. Whenever Smooth bets against something, that means it's gonna. You know what I mean? That's how I know. Ghost of Tsushima's gonna
Well,
Ghost is going to be.
I'm looking
fire.
forward to it.
I can't wait for that game. You know what? I'm getting the collector's edition of that game. I got like a $40 certificate
Wow.
from Best Buy. Collector's edition.
I don't
day
know
one.
which one I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna get a physical. Or I might have to get a physical, but like
I might get that collector's.
I'm not-
I just pre-ordered it.
I didn't pre-order it yet because the collector's isn't available.
I pre-ordered. I traded in Xenoblade Chronicles.
all right, but it's 10:59 p.m. Eastern. We gotta go.
Yeah,
alright.
for sure.
So, but thank you guys for tuning in to Planet Xbox episode 18. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to all the subs. Help me to get to 10K. We're almost there. We hit 7K followers on Twitter on just fuckery alone. So, but no, I appreciate you guys. We had a good show today. Shout out to Black Bond, Nick Banks. He had to go. Shout out to him. He had to go. Shout out to Saltiest Gaming for showing up in the chat. And everybody who tuned in. Weapon Wheel next week. We're gonna be. I believe is the last of a spoiler cast. So just give you guys a heads up. I gotta hurry up and beat the game. I think I got like 4 hours left. I'm contemplating streaming tonight, but it's 11 o'clock, so that means my stream will be pushed till tomorrow, and hopefully I'll beat that on live on stream for all of you guys. Anybody got anything to say before we head out?
No, shout out to Addict, shout out to Bond for showing up, and yeah, the chat was lovely. Thank y'all.
Awesome. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We are out of here. By the way, free Black Bond. You got to get back on Twitter, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, gang.
Send me my Xbox, who I'll come on again. I'll see you.
Alrighty.